So you're claiming you never called Bree bro or Bree? Show proof Bree told people to contact your husband.
Checking my
I never
comments.
called her Bree. And I've told you to show me the proof because you can't. And you know it.
Why didn't I think of that? Sirs. Hey. Yeah. I was stupid. I was stupid, but yeah, I was fine. No, I can't really. You can't see it down here. I have to pull it down farther, and I don't think that's the best idea. But I was stupid, and we've been going to the gym a little bit less, not for any reason. We're actually starting again tomorrow. We had to skip a couple days. My husband and his zest and his new workout regimen, he kind of fucked up his shoulder, so he kind of took 2 days off. But in the meantime, we did go. We did go yesterday, and I did a half workout, which I still have to transfer into my book. And I decided that I was gonna that fucking hydro massage chairs are still out of order right now, but I did my usual, whatever. But I decided that I was gonna tan, but I wasn't gonna use the red light machine afterwards. Now every single time that I've tanned there, I have tanned and then I've gone into the red light machine afterwards about the same amount of time. So I come out and I'm not crazy, I'm not, super sunburned. And it's gradually getting color. So I went in there, came out normal, whatever. Had my day yesterday. We were busy. We played D&D, had some friends over, and we decided to just we did go to the gym a little bit. Came home, and I went to bed. I stayed up for a while. We did a couple lives. We did the live discussing the autopsy, which you can see on the replay. It's the newest live. And I was getting ready to go to bed, and I ended up on somebody else's live. And then I went to bed. And I told my husband I went to bed about 8, and I was like, well, I'll be up at 1. Well, 1 o'clock comes, and he tells me that, everything's cool, go back to bed till 2. I don't know what happened. I don't know whatever happened, but my alarm did not. It was going off, but there was no sound. So I get up at like 3:40. And I'd been up on and off, like cognizant a little bit, for about 45 minutes. I look over, I see the clock. I'm like, fuck me, this is not good. So I get up, whatever. But the whole time I was there, I was freezing. I was like freezing. I have my sheet on me, I have my quilt on me, and then I have my other extra blanket for when I get cold. And I'm like, I am really cold, dude. Like, why am I so cold? And so I get up or whatever, and I came in here to what the hell? I came in here to talk to my husband, and I was like, "So, how's my color look?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, you're really showing color." And hold on, yeah. So I'd say so because, and it's actually worse now. Hold on, come on. Come on. Focus in. See that line? The top part of that white is white, and the bottom part is extremely, extremely red. Oh my God, why are you not working with me? I'd show you on my body, but I don't want to have to do that. There. See the difference? There's a white area and then there's a red area. And there we go. See the difference? See the white and see the red? Yeah, that's my stomach right now. The white is where I wasn't tanning, and the red is where I was tanning. And I looked down and I went, holy shit, I am like cooked, like cooked. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened because I went in for 7 minutes. No big deal. I've done that before, no big deal. And so I left and I was like, I'm gonna go get me some of that sunburn lotion. I found sunburn lotion. I was driving across town to get it, and they were out. And so all they had was that ghetto ass gel, which I did buy. But while I was on my way there, I was like, wait a minute, I forgot to do the red light afterwards. So I'm Googling, does red light help fix sunburns? And it was like, yes. And I was like, oh. So I pulled into the gym. I walked in. I was like, I need the red light machine. And they just kind of looked at me. I was like, look at me. And I don't look that bad, like right here. Like I do. This is actually being really flattering to me right now. I'm actually a lot redder than what this is picking up. And I couldn't exactly just yank my shirt up and be like, ah, but I was like, I am extremely sunburned right now. And like again, like why are you like this? Like, really? Can we do the dark thing again? Like, that really worked. There. See the difference? Like, there's the top where it was white, and then there's the bottom where it's like completely not white. Yeah. So I went to the red light machine, and I did that for like 4 minutes. I bought the the ghetto ass aloe gel crap. I hate that shit. So I did the red light hoping I wouldn't have to use it. No, I'm not going to use it this time. I'm not. I'm okay. I'm not in pain. But I look ridiculous. Like I'm like red. But I'm just cold. I'm really, really cold. So I have it in case this happens again. And we were supposed to go to the gym today because technically we were supposed to go yesterday. We did, but we only did half workout. So we were going to go today. And I was like, I cannot go to the gym like this. So we're going tomorrow. We're starting our thing going tomorrow. And I still did a half a workout yesterday, so it's not that bad. But while I was there, so today I had it was big. It was like a 16.9 ounce protein drink, and it was in strawberry shortcake, I think. Let me just tell you something. I don't care what flavor protein drink you get. They all taste like garbage, but whatever. It was palatable, so we split it. And then I have another one that I'd bought that's in there. Well, while I was getting the aloe gel shit, I picked up 2 packs of protein drinks, one in cake batter and one in brownie batter. I don't eat enough protein. I just don't. I'm not a huge meat fan, so I don't eat a lot of protein. So today we had I made chicken Kiev and mashed. I was pretty proud of ourselves. Like we didn't do great, but we did better. We did chicken Kievs, which are basically breaded chicken filled with butter. Yeah, I know that's the bad part. Shut up. Anyway, and then normally I make like a lot of mashed potatoes, but I made a third of what I normally make. And then we had these like really big chef salads with it. And at first he's like, don't put the ham in. I'm like, I need the protein, dude. Like, I need the protein. So I'm trying to drink one of these protein drinks a day to kind of like help with the protein. So the one I did today was like 40 grams of protein. That's like Uber protein. Normally they have 25. So I have between 25 and 40. So I'm trying to kind of drink those. Plus, honestly, if you just chug the motherfucker, you gotta chug the motherfucker. Luckily, they're a good consistency. You actually get really full, so it's kind of like a meal replacement, honestly. But I drank one of those. So I bought these ones and I got cake batter and brownie batter because I've had a caramel, which was not good. Don't do caramel. And I did the strawberry shortcake. And then I think I have a vanilla latte in there. Yeah, I don't want to, why would you drink a coffee, protein drink and mix it with coffee? I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee flavored shit either. And I hate mocha. Why would you put chocolate in coffee? That's disgusting. So I have these. So I have these ones now. I got it. Like I said, I got the vanilla latte one from GNC along with the strawberry shortcake one. They were having like a buy one get one 50% off sale. I didn't get them cold though, but I came home and brought them cold. But and then I got the caramel one at the gym, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna spend $3.50 per. It makes more sense to buy 4 for $8 or 4 for 10. My only caveat with that is if I open them up and the first one sucks, I'm gonna have to drink the motherfuckers anyway because I'm not spending $10 to throw it in the trash. So I will just like chug it and be okay. No, coffee puts me to sleep. ADHD. It works that way for people. So it's the same reason Adderall calms down people with ADHD. It's not a stimulant to us. It's the same thing. Coffee can actually put a lot of ADHD people to sleep. I usually drink it before bed if I do, but I'm more of a the only thing I really like honestly is vanilla cappuccinos. I hate tea. I hate tea with a passion. There's very few teas I can drink, and even then it's like that much. I can drink peach tea on occasion, and Cracker Barrel has a wild berry one that's actually not awful that I've had like twice. I hate tea. Hate it. It was a blueberry one that wasn't that bad, and I bought some of it and then I never used it. Um, but yeah, so I figure for like snacks and stuff, I figure one of those might be good. I was comparing between the two brands, and it was hard because like where this one would be really good, this one would be really good, but there were like different ones where they were good. Like this one had, these vitamins in it, but this one had these vitamins in it. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy both. And just pray that they're not completely disgusting. Um, yeah. But yeah, so we did better on dinner. Like I said, we had the chicken Kiev, not good, horrible. Don't do it. We had them in the freezer. I have to eat them, whatever. They're amazing though. But normally I make like what they call 6 servings of mashed potatoes, and then I eat more late. I like save some for later. I made the 2 servings and we split it, and then we each made a salad like this big, and then and I drank my circle, and then for dessert we had put like 3 scoops of ice cream in a bowl with some sprinkles on it, no sauce, no nothing. Just we didn't have any, so we had just vanilla. I'm not an ice cream fan. We put ice cream and like some sprinkles. The sprinkles were good for texture, and we like passed it back and forth while we played cards. So I had like a scoop of ice cream, but doing better. I will say that since I've been going, I lost a half a pound initially, and then I gained 5. But to be fair, my gym right now is not a losing weight journey at the moment. It will be later. What it is right now is essentially strength training, muscles, because I'm basically atrophied at this point. I'm a couch potato. Okay, I have no strength to anything in my body. Like I am a noodle. So before I can worry about cardio or anything, I have to actually strengthen just my body before I think I'm going to be able to like get on a treadmill or something. I do use a bike. I've started doing better. At the end of my workout, I go for like a mile on level 2. So that's kind of starting to aim towards doing some type of cardio, but basically I'm just doing a lot of weights. Yeah, let's see those muscles. No, I don't have any. But I've been doing, because I'm doing like, 50, 60 pounds. I have a leg set that I do that is, I've told you guys about it, but I've done basically my regimen is putting weights on the outside of my hips and pushing them, and I do 40 pounds 50 times. And then I do it on the inside and put the weights on the inside. I do 40 pounds 50 times. I get on this machine that you go like this and it twists your torso like this. And I do each side 25 times at 30 pounds. I have something that's called a leg extension where basically you sit down and there's like a weight that goes over your calves and you lift your legs up. I do that at 30 pounds 25 times or 50. I usually do it 50, but apparently that day I did 25. The leg press, I do it about 40 pounds, anywhere from 50 to 100 times. So so I have two for my hips, one for my waist, two for my legs. I have back extensions I did 60 pounds 25 times. That's stretching my back. And then for my arms, I do a seated row at 40 pounds, 50 to 100 times, a chest press of 30 pounds, 15 or 25 times, and a tricep press of 40 pounds, 25 times. And then I do the bike at the end. So, it's like I said, it's basically right now I'm fixing my muscles. I'm building my muscles so that I have strength to actually eventually move to cardio. But I have started doing the bike for cardio. So when you wake up since working out, do you feel better and not as stiff? Yes. Yes. I will say this. So my husband, he went and he did his first official workout like a couple days ago, and he fucked up his arm because he's got, from the, not good for, first he had the injury at work. And then when he wrecked the motorcycle, he really fucked up his shoulder and he skipped the chiropractor this month. So his shoulder is not doing good right now. But I told him, I was like, after the first day or two at the gym, like the very first time you go to the gym, it's not that bad. The second day, I went twice like an idiot. I went in the morning and I went at night. And Sunday I woke up and I thought I was hit by a bus. Okay. I did not feel good for the first like 3 hours I was awake. But honestly, like you do feel better being more active. And then, because I bought this, bougie pass, after you work out as much as you want, you get to go do cool shit at the end, like hydro massage, shiatsu massage, tanning, and a what they call total enhancement, which is a red light, which helps sunburn and it shakes you. So you have all of that stuff. So we've made it to where we've got a plan now. Hoping he sticks with it. I had to kind of get on him. I'm like, look, you're not sticking to your schedule. Yeah, I'm on live. What's up? Okay. Did you send it? All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, yeah, you don't watch it. Send it to me. I'll watch it. All right. All right. I'll watch it later. All right. Bye. All right. So, do I feel like I have more endurance? Yes. Like before, honestly, like walking for X amount of time. Like you guys know, I used to walk at the park. And then something happened to my foot, and I stopped doing it. Um, and then I just kind of got to the point where like it wasn't super easy to do. So, when I go out now, it's easier to walk. Like, I don't know. It's not even like not getting winded. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like instead of walking, it's like you have a push. Like okay, like when you have like a Matchbox cart and you like pull it back and it zooms forward, instead of just being able to walk and be fine with walking, you have this like oomph when you walk. So it's like it's a lot easier to walk because like your body's ready to walk. which makes it nice. Yeah, it is kind of like a spa. Unfortunately, the hydro beds are down for the next X amount of time, and I'm like, you need to get them back up because like I'm kind of paying for that shit. But I mean, honestly, the tanning alone is worth it. Most places are $50 to $75 a month around here, and so I can't really complain. But yeah, just overall in general, I just feel better. And even though like I literally went up 5 pounds, that actually tells me it's working. That actually tells me it's working because the number on the scale doesn't really matter. It is how you're carrying it. Um, is it muscle? Is it fat? And I mean, obviously something is working because um, my food intake is changing and my activity is increasing. So it can't just be like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not drinking nearly as much pop. I stopped buying snacks. Like I have these leftover Fritos here I've been munching on, but like I've been doing better with like snacks, with like eating, like you guys watch me sit here and eat a bag of apples like chips for 3 days. Um, we started eating more salads, and so I know my caloric intake is one, different, and two, I'm eating a lot more like vitamins. I also added some more vitamins to what I take. So I'm getting the vitamins from that. I'm getting the vitamins from the food that I'm eating. I got these protein shakes. They got vitamins in them because I'm like really vitamin deficient. Part of the reason I went into tanning not only is so I didn't look like a ghost, but it's the only way that I absorb vitamin D. So like I'm waiting about I'm gonna wait like a couple weeks. And I told you guys I wanted to go in and get my thyroid tested because I feel like my thyroid might be off. And when they do that, they always check my D, and I know what my D was at. It was at like 15. So if I go in and they check my D and it's going up, then I know that this is a good thing. Um, so like yeah, my I don't eat like I'm not completely redoing my food. Like if I want something, I'll eat it. But like instead of me pulling out a candy bar or brownies or cookies or whatever, I've been trying to eat like vegetables instead, which I love vegetables, so that's not a big deal. This isn't some big horrible thing where I can't have cookies and I'm forcing myself to eat like vegetables. I actually love vegetables and fruit. Like I'm the type person, like I will devour an entire veggie tray if I'm at a social function. Like I actually really like that stuff. So I just was like, you know what? Instead of, eating this garbage, I'm going to try to at least eat better. Like, I'm not going to be one of those people who just, I can only have 1,200 calories a day and I can't ever have pizza. Fuck that. I ordered a pizza the other day. But I'm just trying to make healthier changes. Like, I've sat here and ate Starburst all day, so I can't really say anything. But my body just feels better. My body feels better. So, Belle, the one thing about this particular package I have is it's a red light booth. They call it total body enhancement. Essentially, what it is you stand in what's it is a stand up tanning bed, but instead of having tanning bulbs, it is red light therapy, and it helps um, fix your skin, which is why every time I tanned, I went into that one because somebody had told me that doing it after would help repair your skin. Well, I asked the guy the last time, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't need to do that." And I was like, "Okay." So I didn't do it yesterday for the first time, and now my stomach looks like is red. So, like I said, I went in there today. I'm not, from now on, if I tan, I'm going into that. But it's supposed to firm skin. It's supposed to erase scars, stretch marks, fix sunburns. Like it helps your skin. So you're supposed to do it like 3 times a week, which I've done. I've done it, 2 or 3 times a week. So but it's supposed to help fix the stuff that a lot of women have issues with. So I was doing it so I wouldn't get a sunburn, and then they told me I didn't need to do it, and then I got sunburned, so that's not going to happen again. Um, Well, I still have to watch the video. Send me everything I need to know, though. Like, I'm gonna watch the video when I get off of here, but like, if there's like anecdotes, put them in there because I will forget that. Put it in there, and then I'll watch it all, piece it together, because nobody wants to watch videos about themselves. That sucks. So send it to me. I'll watch it and see if there's anything in there. That's the best way to go about becoming healthy. You don't want to. I don't want to. If I torture myself, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've been there, done that, got the postcard. If I'm like, I can't have this and I can't have that, I'll quit. I'll quit. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I didn't buy any Noxzema. I like to touch me. I'm hot. My husband touched my stomach. He's like, you are burning up. But like, I don't feel like sunburned. I feel cold. Okay, I did. Ryan NC says in the video from August 14th, 2019, Don Brown and I are cool. Don Brown and you, or Don Brown and Natasha? There's only one thing you wrote, by the way. Just so you know, that you only wrote one thing. This is around the time that Christy spread the cheating story. Okay, so is she saying that Dawn and her are cool, or Dawn and you are cool? And again, you only wrote one thing. In case you wrote two, I only seen one. But yeah, I'm not like peeling or anything. I'm hot to the touch, but I'm actually feel really cold. That's the bad part about sunburns for me, is I get cold. So, but I have this huge, it's huge tank top on that is not touching my stomach because my stomach is not happy. My stomach is extremely pissed off and red, and I don't understand why my stomach is like that red. Like, my face has been really red all day. This camera is being really nice to my face because I am actually really fucking red. But apparently it evens that out. So hey, why not? But yeah, you can see I got like, I'm getting there. So, yeah, I don't have Noxzema. I just bought that ghetto ass aloe gel. I wanted the aloe lotion. It was like the banana boat tropic lotion after sun shit. That's what I went to get, and they were out of it. So yeah, it's probably red because it never sees the sun. I don't go out in the sun. I burn. That, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but for the past 2 years, the sun hurts. Like, the sun hurt before, the sun hurts now. Like, if I sit out on my porch for 10 minutes, I hurt so bad I have to go inside. So I can't really get sun because it literally hurts. Yeah, I didn't know they still made Noxzema either. Did the red light take that? It didn't. It doesn't really hurt. It doesn't like really hurt. It's just hot. But I am gonna look and see if the red light did fix it some. I was keeping an eye on it earlier. Yeah, I did not. I wanted the banana boat, but they clearanced it all out and it was gone because it's getting ready to be, it's September. So all I have is that ghetto ass. And it's not even the green aloe gel. It's the fucking clear shit. Like, it's the ghettoest of the ghettoest. It's like, I don't want to use that shit. It makes me sticky. But I did buy it because God forbid they stop selling it. And I need it. So I bought it just in case. Irish people are very pale and burn easy. Yes. I've burned in my sunroof before. Numerous times. If I went for a long drive and I left my sunroof open, I would get a sunburn on my arm. Like, it's bad. Not only am I Irish, I'm 27% Irish, I'm 63% German. So I am translucent most of my life. So this is dark for me. Dark. And it's so funny because you don't notice a difference with me. You don't notice a difference. And then I showed a picture of what I looked like 2 weeks ago and what I look like now. And it is wild. Let me see if I can find it again because it's really weird. Did I go kayaking with Gypsy? No, Gypsy didn't go kayaking with Gypsy. God, it's still see. Look at that. This is like underneath, like, and then that is my stomach. So look how white that is up there. and then my stomach is literally like white, not white, white, not white. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this. Hold on, I have like 18,000 fucking screenshots in my phone since then. Hold on. Where to go? Okay, it's after this. Did I erase them? I might have erased them. Shit. But I went back to my, oh yeah, okay, here we go. So this to this. Come on. Focus on the damn thing, please. So I went from being like super white, like super, super white. Okay, there. See how white I am right there? That was a week ago, how white I am. And now I'm this. So big difference. Big difference. Big difference. So, and my stomach is like 10 times worse. I don't know. I don't take Advil and ibuprofen. Those are like anti-inflammatories. I'm not really sure why that would help with sunburn. You'd think that'd be the one time Tylenol would work. I'm something. I don't really know what color I am, but I'm something. I'm not. At least I'm not ghost white now. Not really sure. Why would an NSAID help sunburn? You'd think Tylenol would be better for that. Like I said, I don't hurt. My stomach hurts a little bit. Okay, maybe it hurts a little bit. Oh, it helps with the chills? Yeah, I've been wrapped up in a blanket most of the day. Right now, I'm in this weird thing where I'm not cold and I'm not hot. I'm very temperate right now, so I'm okay. Because of the inflammation? Hold on. Swelling of the blood vessels? Okay, you guys are teaching me shit. I don't ever take it. I don't look. When I get sunburned, you know what I do? I sit, I cry, I shake. That's it. I just sit, cry, and shake. What I normally do is I put vinegar on it. That's what I normally do is put vinegar on it. Okay, hold on. So NSAID for sunburn. Yes. Take it as soon as possible. Well, I'm late. The best pain reliever is ibuprofen or Tylenol. So I have medical grade naproxen, which I use, but I can't use it because I take arthritis meds. And my arthritis meds are, you can't take naproxen with the arthritis med because it's like almost like doubling up because of the arthritis med it is. So they're like, don't do it. So if I wanted to take something that was, I mean, my arthritis medicine, as far as I'm aware, is some type of an NSAID. I'm going to guess. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. But basically, right now, I'd be stuck taking Tylenol, which I think I do have a bottle in my room. Possible. Yeah, I put the aloe in the fridge. No, thank you. No, I'm going to pass. Definitely going to pass. No, I'm hot, but I feel cold. And if I put something that cold on me, I will puke. I will puke. Don't like puking. Yesterday was bad, but what was I going to ask? Oh yeah, that was what I was going to ask. What is my arthritis med? Hold on. Yeah, it's an NSAID. Wait, no, it's not. Is it an NSAID or not? There we go. Yes, it's an NSAID. That's why. So my arthritis medicine is an NSAID, which is why they don't want me to take my medical grade NSAID with it. Double dose. Double dose. Not no, I don't take meloxicam. I had meloxicam. I took it like once. I still have some. That's Flexeril, right? Is meloxicam Flexeril? Or is meloxicam just straight meloxicam? I know I had meloxicam at one point. Meloxicam. No. Okay, so apparently that's no. Okay. I've had meloxicam, and I've had Flexeril. Flexeril is a muscle relaxer. Meloxicam is different. Okay, yeah. No, I'm on Voltaren. Voltaren. So, it actually works fairly well. Fairly well. So, they did give me meloxicam, and then I had a drug change, and the meloxicam interfered with the new medication I was on, so I didn't take it. But I do Voltaren, and it works enough. I mean, nothing works good, but it works enough. So, I mean, I'm happy, you know. I usually only take it once a day. I can take it twice. I try not. I hate taking pills, y'all. I hate it. So, I can take it twice. I do take it when I need to, but I always try to take it at least before I go to bed, because when I wake up, I'm like ugh. No, I take the pill. There's Voltaren gel and then there's the Voltaren pill. I take the pill. No. So, but it's an NSAID, so maybe that's why I don't feel awful. So, I have a feeling by tomorrow I'll feel better. I'm going tanning tomorrow. I'm tanning again tomorrow, so I might, depending on how I might wait a day. I might wait a day. But I was trying to do it every other day and I did it yesterday, so I was going to give myself whatever and then I was going to do it tomorrow. If this still, like, this is okay. If this still looks like this, if my stomach still looks like this, I'm going to wait another day, because holy shit. My stomach is not happy. It's not. I would show you guys, but then you'd see the rest of my stomach, and I'm good with that. No, I'm good with that. So, blue tansy, I don't know what that. Oh, things with blue tansy. Gotcha. Kind of like arnica is good for bruises and stuff like that. So that is still freaking foggy. We redid the 2 tanks at the end, and as you can see, this one is all foggy. There's nothing in it. It's just water. But it's still foggy. It's still settling. So we're getting ready. We're going to prep those 2 tanks and eventually put fish into them. They still have fish in them. Got to open at 8, but here I am with my coffee, rocking out, pulling an all-nighter, I guess. Hey, nice to have you. What else? Oh, I used my new earbuds. They work really well. They didn't fall out of my head. They still do have the medium cups on them, which is a little uncomfortable, but overall, I mean, they block out everything. They sound really good. So I'm impressed. I mean, they were, which I don't know where they are now. I'm going to guess they're in my gym bag. I have a small gym bag, and then I have a duffel bag I'm going to keep in the car, which is entirely too big. Like, I thought I was going to get a duffel bag, like a duffel bag. This thing it's a 65 liter. It's huge. I can fit inside of it probably. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to stuff into it. I have my shoes and like a couple things, and I'm like, there's a whole like half a bag here. But I have a small bag that I take in with me where I take in my lotion and my goggles and my earbuds and my water bottle. And so my earbuds are obviously in the car, but they're the kind that like, that ain't gonna help you. Okay, they kind of go over your ear and then in your ear, which I didn't think would work because I have really stupid tiny ears. But they work, and they actually sounded really good. And they were normally 20, which isn't bad but there was a 50% off coupon. And because I didn't know how they were gonna fit, I was like, $10, that's fine. But they actually sound really good. Diclofenac, yes. Yes, that's the generic. That's what I take. Voltaren, diclofenac, yes. That's it. The UV rays that burn your skin can cause blood to rise to the surface of the skin. This is why your skin feels hot. Also causes a large amount of body heat to be lost, hence why you get cold. Thank you, Amber. Yes, that is what I feel like right now. I feel very hot and cold at the same. I feel cold to the bone. It's kind of like when your thyroid's off. It's like the cold you can't shake. Like no matter what you cover yourself up with, you're still cold. So, but so I got to get he did not even attempt to go to bed till like 10:30, and I'm like, you have to. I'm like, the first time I get you up at 3:30, like, what are you even doing? Go to bed. I wasn't gonna keep the car, but I'm gonna need the car, so now I gotta keep it. So now I gotta take him to work. I gotta go to the pet store. I was super scared about my electric bill because when it is, yes, you get really cold with hypothyroidism. So I was really worried about my electric bill because usually there's 2 months in the summer and 2 months in the winter that like it's way more than I want to spend. And last month it was like, it wasn't bad. It was like, I think it was like $50 over, which I mean, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So I'm like, I was really, really paranoid because I was like, well, it was a pretty hot month, but we did replace the filter. If you guys remember how my heater ate the filter. Yeah. So we replaced it. It makes funny noises now, but whatever. My electric bill being fucking July or August, I'm sorry, being August, my electric bill being August, was shocked. It is $3 under budget. I just checked that before I got on here because I was like, well, I don't know if we're gonna have allowances this week because the first of the week, first week of the month is electric bill. I was like, I have like 50, $60 I can put towards it, but if it's fucking stupid, we're fucked. But no, it's $3 under budget. And I was like, God damn. I was happy about that. He was off today. He had a paid holiday because it was Labor Day. So he did all the fish tanks this morning. While I was in bed, he did all of them. And then I get up and he's like, well, I didn't do those two. And I'm like, so he did those two while I went to Walmart real quick on my gel journey. So all the fish tanks are done now. And then yesterday we did D&D. He's making this D&D table. But we had D&D yesterday. That was fun. Went to the gym for a little bit. We've been playing Skip-Bo again. For those of you who have been around for 3 years, we used to do card lives. And I think it was yesterday. I don't think it was the day before. I think it was yesterday. I was like, we haven't played cards in a while. And it was so weird because I said that to him. I was like, we haven't played cards in a while. And then I opened up one of my comments and they were like, I missed the porch lives with the cards. And then my friend was there like, oh, do you play cards anymore? And I'm like, this is weird. So we started playing last night. We played today while I was making dinner. And we played while we were making dinner. And then I did resub my game earlier, so I am gonna get on there probably after I get him up because I finally resubbed the game. I thought I did like weeks ago and I didn't. So, but tomorrow, I'm up to date on everything, man. My laundry's put away. I just did all the dishes. Like, I got nothing. I think I'm gonna wash the mop heads tomorrow. Like, I need to wash the mop heads, I guess. Everything else is fucking clean. So like I'm caught all the way the fuck up. So I'm feeling pretty productive, I'm getting everything done. I'm staying ahead of the game. So I'm feeling pretty good. I got my husband, his neck hurt, so he put this cryoderm on. And he's like, I really like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's $20. We're going back to Walmart. To be fair, I would totally pay for the cryoderm. It works really good, but and he's probably gonna make me buy it again. But I actually tried the generic icy hot from Walmart, and it actually worked really well. But not everybody's the same. There's a lot of pain meds, a lot of pain topicals that just do not work for me. I was actually shocked that one did. This stuff works really well, and then Tiger Balm. Biofreeze works in a pinch. Salopause does not work at all. Icy hot patches and shit don't work at all. It just depends on what it is that's in them. Like this one, actually, hold on a minute. This has arnica in it. Boswellia, iliacs, and it's just a lot of menthol essentially. Bengay doesn't work. My mom could never use capsaicin. She had a reaction to it. Tiger Balm is amazing. Tiger Balm is the best shit, dude. I have the cream. The cream's hard to find. You can only get it on Amazon here. The patches are fucking wonderful. And then the ointment. Do you have anything that you know can calm seizures down? I'm on Klonopin until they can get me another EEG, but they're really bad even with the med. Well, Klonopin isn't going to stop seizures. Klonopin is an anti-anxiety med. So, I mean, unless you have an anti-seizure med like Topamax or Neurontin, Klonopin will calm you down, but it's not going to stop seizure activity. You have to have an actual anti-seizure medication, which I've been on quite a few anti-seizure medications because they for some reason they work with mood stabilization. I've been on Topamax and we were just having a conversation about Neurontin earlier today. So Keppra, Klonopin is used for seizure disorders, really? I know that. I did not know that. I got put on Klonopin like 20 years ago, and I always used it for the longest time. I was supposed to take it once a day, but I never did. Like I said, I'm not a fan of taking medication. So it was prescribed to me once a day, but I didn't really do it. And then the last time I took it, because it had been so long since I took it, it fucked with me, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. So, I mean, when I was put on it, I never noticed that. So learn something new every day. I was on Ativan originally, but my dad kind of got to where not that he abused it, but like he couldn't miss it. And it's a very addictive pill. So I took myself off of Ativan pretty quick. Yeah, sleeping is good. Sleeping, hydrating, things like that. They tested me they think I have temporal lobe seizures. I was tested for them in 2010. And then when I got down to Kentucky, they were like, we need to test you for them again. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I was like, whatever goes on, I can deal with it. I'm not doing this shit again. I was like, I did it once in Michigan. They said I had them. They said I didn't have them. They said I had them. They told me I was because I was bipolar. Fuck it, I'm done. I said, obviously, whatever I have going on, it's not incapacitating. So it can just stay there. Like, you're not going to do anything. What are you going to do? Put me on an anti-seizure med? I'm good. I already have enough medication I can't fucking afford. Like, I'm good. So, but yeah, I've never had like a big crazy anything. It's just, they tested me for temporal lobe. And when they did it, they were like, they put you on the stupid little EEG machine, right? For like half an hour. And the doctor tells me, he goes, by the way, we're probably not going to find anything. He goes, a lot of people don't have them on the EEG machine. I was like, well, then what is the point of you doing this? He's like, well, we're just going to see. And I'm like, all right. Apparently had them the whole fucking time I was on the machine. Whole fucking time I was on the machine. They're like, you had multiple. And I'm like, oh, great. I felt weird during it. Because they were doing the weird, light thing. They were doing weird shit. And I felt weird during it, so it made sense. And then they put me in the hospital, and they like fucked with me because they were like, they put me in there for 5 days, right? But it was December, and the beds, I was at the University of Michigan. The beds were full, and I think they just didn't want to fuck with it because they were like, this is what they said to me. They go, all right, push the button if you feel like you're having a seizure, but don't push it unless you're sure. So I was terrified to hit the fucking button because I was like, what if I'm wrong? So I never hit the button because I was never sure. Like, I had a feeling, but like I didn't want them to come in and yell at me. So I never hit the button. So after 22 hours, they're like, yeah, we're letting you go. You never pushed the button. Okay, cool. And then they decided, oh, this was so irritating. So something along the lines of, the minute that you were considered overnight, they charge you more. And because I slept there and they let me out that morning, they tried to charge me more than what they should have charged me. So I told them, fuck you, and put it in my goddamn bankruptcy. I was like, no. I'm not. I was like, you guys fucked me. I was like, I literally was supposed to be in there 5 days. And then when I went back to the guy. And I walked, this was the guy who read, when I got the EEG, he's the motherfucker who read it. Okay. He's the one who wrote the report. He's the one who said there was multiple. Okay. This motherfucker walks through the door. I shit you not. He walks through the door. He looks at me. At the time, I have pink hair. And he starts talking to me. And I tell him that, I have bipolar and blah, blah, blah. He looks at me and he goes like this. I'm not even kidding you. He does this. This was the most fucked up shit ever. He's sitting there with his little book. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're fine. I said, excuse me? He goes, "You're bipolar, you're fine." I said, what about the report you just wrote? Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I was like, and then that's why when I came to Kentucky and they're like, oh, you need to have it done again. And I went, no, the fuck I do not. No, thank you. I'm good. I've lived with whatever the fuck this has been for 15 years. I will continue to just live with it because I am not going through that shit again. Now I realize that I've gotten better healthcare in Kentucky than I ever did in Michigan, which is weird because we're like poor as fuck down here. But I just basically like I know when something isn't right and I just roll with it till it's like done. So yeah, the Michigan's fucking wild. So yeah, I mean I seen a neurologist. That's that's the guy who wrote the thing out. I seen the neurologist. They gave me an MRI, which so funny story. So I was in ninth grade and I was in ninth grade and I got hit in the head twice in a week. I got a trunk slammed on my head and I got hit with, I shit you not, a Cookie Monster doll with a plastic eyeball and it whomped me really good. Don't ask. Anyway, so I go in to have my eye exam. Now, what I'm about to tell you, for anybody who's in here, you're going to realize how stupid this is if you know anything about eyes and astigmatism. I go in for an eye checkup. And the guy checking my eyes, shit you not, he gets all weirded out. And I was like, what? Now, mind you, I had just been hit in the head twice like that week. And he's like, your eyes are shaped like footballs. You need to go have an MRI done. Now, I don't know this at the time. I don't know anything at the time. I'm a teenager, okay? Little do you know that if you have astigmatism, your eyes can be shaped like footballs. Nobody apparently told him that. So they send me off to an MRI machine, okay? It was awful. It was fucking awful. It was loud. It was awful. Oh my God, hated it. Anyways, so they find out that I have a pineal cyst in my brain. Now, before anybody goes, oh wow, that's weird. Most of you have one. Pineal cysts are super common. So they tell me about it, whatever. I'm not worried about it. They're like, yeah, well, whatever. Never really got it checked again. So when they went to do, I think it was when they did the shit with the seizure thing, they stick me back in the MRI machine. I have a really bad reaction. I get out, the world is purple. And I tried telling the tech that. I'm like, the world is purple. And they're like, you're weird. And I'm like, the world is purple. So of course, I'm trying to figure out why the world is purple. Apparently, some people's magnet activity with MRI machines can make the world purple. I don't know. Anyway, so they check. The pineal cyst still there. Hasn't got any bigger, thank God. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. No more MRIs for me. That was awful. Never doing it again. So yeah, they want me to go do all this. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Well, no, see, like I've been in an MRI machine. I had to also have one for something else, I think. I know I've had two head MRIs, and I can't remember if I had another one or not. I've had, the ultrasounds. I've had the HIDA scans. I know that I've had at least two MRIs. I thought I had one. No, because gallbladder is ultrasound and then a HIDA scan. So I'm not really sure, but I know I had two of them at some point. I know I had two on my head. But yeah, if they were going to want to do like the EEG and then stick like the EEG, I don't mind. Whatever, it's just stickies. Whatever, they're annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. But I'm not gonna go. I don't have the money for all this shit. Okay, I just don't. Okay, I can barely afford my freaking medications half the time. But I don't have 20% copays for $2,000 tests. I just don't. And honestly, them finding out anything isn't going to change anything right now because nothing is bad enough that it is debilitating in day of life. Like, can I tell when something's going off? Yes. Does it go away in X amount of minutes? Yes. I don't need a pill for that. I don't need a pill for that. And I think part of the reason why things were not noticeable for so many years is I'd been on anti-seizure medication for mood stabilization. They give you that, they'll give you Topamax, they'll give you gabapentin. So I was on a lot of anti-seizure medications throughout the time. So that might have been why I never really noticed it a lot of the time. I can tell when something's off. I can tell when there's a situation. A lot of that has to do when I have my derealization, depersonalization moments, because it's essentially so temporal lobe seizures are kind of like, I've heard it explained as there are people before they get a migraine that have an aura, like they might smell something weird, see something weird, feel something weird. That's what mine do. It's like the aura before a migraine. So, like, obviously, it's not debilitating. I'll smell shit that isn't there. That's a huge one. I will smell shit that isn't there, and it's usually not pleasant shit either, trust me. I would give you a list of the things that you usually smell. It's not fun. Or I will feel out of body or feel like the world is moving or I'm not in the world or whatever, but it's nothing that is catastrophic or scary or nothing like that. So I've learned through, 15, however many years this has been, I just kind of realize it for what it is and just let it go. Oh yeah, when I got my first accident, when I got rear-ended at 50 miles an hour because the kid behind me fell asleep, they called an ambulance. And I told them, I said, you can send that shit right on back. First of all, I did the dumbest thing possible. When I got hit, I jumped out of the car. I was on adrenaline. I'd never really been in like an accident, like myself, like in an accident. And I was on pure fucking adrenaline when it happened. And what I should have done was sit in the car and not move. I was hit from the back. And that could be a neck injury, So I got yelled at when they showed up. They were like, "You shouldn't have moved, blah blah blah." Well, I was on pure adrenaline and I was pissed. I was pissed. I jumped out of the car and I started screaming. I was going to kick the motherfucker's ass behind me. So I get out of the car and I am screaming at this dude, right? I am losing my fucking collective mind on this dude. Like, he has just put $7,000 worth of damage into my ass end. And I am pissed. Well, I get out of the car and I'm screaming at this dude. I'm not even paying attention. I didn't see the car. I didn't see him. I didn't see nothing. I just got out of the car and I was screaming. And this girl that was behind the accident was actually like a first responder. So she hops out of the car and she runs up and she's like, "Look, he fell asleep." And I went, "Oh, okay. Well, then I'm okay with it." Because I know what it's like to drive tired, and I know how hard it can be when you are trying to drive home and you are exhausted. And the minute she told me that he fell asleep behind the wheel, I was like, okay. And I looked at his car and like his car was done. It was just smushed in. My car took it like a fucking champ. Still $7,000 worth of damage, but my car took it like a fucking champ, dude. Basically, what happened was my bumper fell off. My airbags did deploy in my headrests. Apparently, that is a thing that certain car manufacturers do now. It's not super heard of at the time. It probably is now. This was 2015. But my headrests, and I think that's part of the reason why I was okay, was when I went forward, my headrest popped up. It pops up and it caught my head. And I think that's why I was fine. But like, it was still $7,000 worth of damage. He hit me good enough. And I remember driving home, like, my car worked. He didn't hit me from the front, so my car worked. So I drove home, and my bumper was kind of doing this like weird thing. And I wasn't like, I didn't care. I drove to my mom's. And when I got there, I was dragging my bumper, and my mom's maintenance worker, because she lived in a senior housing. He came out and he looked at my car. He goes, "Let me solve this for you." And he walks up and he just kicks the bumper and it flies off. And I was like, "Thanks, I appreciate you." So they basically, I mean, for the most part, a lot of it was just cosmetic, the bumper, but it was still 7,000 fucking dollars. And then it was $7,000. I don't know what it is. Every time I get my car, it's like $7,000. Like when they hit me the second time in the car, same car, same car, same way, 50 miles an hour from the back, turning left. Again, when I got hit in my car, when the deer hit my car, it was 5 grand of damage. And then when I got T-boned the week after we got it back, they told me they were going to literally total out my car, and he ended up fixing it for like 6 or 7,000. I think somewhere between 5 and 7,000. It is, and I had oh my y'all, when the deer hit my bumper, when he hit the side panel of my car, they replaced my bumper. So they placed the whole right front panel and my bumper. I got T-boned a week later. They replaced the whole other front panel and the bumper again. The bumper lasted a week. A week. The first time we zip tied it on. I didn't have money to fix it, so we zip tied the motherfucker on. Yep, absolutely. But then we ended up getting one and it lasted a week, and then I got hit again. Well, so apparently back in 2015 when this happened, my copay apparently would have been about $158 for the ambulance. One, I'm fine. I'm standing upright. I'm screaming at people. I don't need an ambulance. The girl, after she told me that he fell asleep, she told me to get my ass back in the car and not to move. And they kind of came over and like did the whole, touchy thing. And she's like, "Okay, yeah, you're fine." And I was like, "I know this. I was standing up. I didn't collapse. I'm good. I'm fine." But yeah, I told them they were calling ambulance. I said, "You can fucking cancel that shit right now. I ain't paying for it." Nope. Nope. Not doing it. Nope. I will drive unless it is a life altering emergency. I'm driving. I'm driving. I remember, yeah. Yeah, it was wild. The first two were almost a year apart, almost exact. I got hit in May, and then I got hit in October the year after. Same car. And then both times 50 miles an hour from the back. One time I was waiting for a guy in front of me to turn left. The second time I was turning left. And the guy in front of me, he probably saved me, to be honest, because he was here and he was getting ready to turn left, and I was behind him, and then the car flew up behind me. He said he jumped out of the car. He ran to me. He said, "I gunned it." He said, "I saw him flying at you, and I knew that if I did not move, you were going to be crunched in between us." So when he gunned it, he flew into the driveway. And when the car hit me, I was looking down. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking down. I was changing the radio or something. And the next thing I know, I just go flying. And as hard as he hit me, if that car had been in front of me, I would have been crunched. My neighbor had just been in the exact same accident. She was in the hospital for I don't know how long. She ended up dying, but it was long, intense. She was in the hospital for a really long time. And then my husband was on the way to work, and we live in the country. Like literally, y'all, when I tell you, deer are in my yard. Okay, deer are in my yard. That's how in the country I am. Okay, like when I leave the house in the morning to take him to work, we pass 5 deer every day. Okay, there's a herd of deer, and they love this area from my house to the road. So every day we get in the car, we have to go slow down this 1 mile of stretch because there's always herds of deer. Okay. Well, my husband was driving down work, and this deer like jumps off like a hill up here and just plows into the fucking side of my car. Car was working. It worked. It was not pretty, but it worked. Everything worked. Deer died on the spot. But when I got T-boned, that was wild. That was wild when I got T-boned. You would have never ever. I was at a stop sign going into Walmart. I stopped, and this car stops, and I have the right of way. I go to go. I don't know what he was high. First of all, you could smell the pot coming out of his car. But you'd think he would have went slower. For whatever reason, when he decided to leave the stop sign as I'm going, he guns it. And it was like one of those movies. I looked over and you see this car coming like he hit my door, like he hit me. And he hits my door and he slides towards the front of my car. And I was like, well, he only hit me doing about maybe 25, maybe 30, if that. He couldn't have gotten that fast. And not in my head. Anyway, he gunned it, but so he pushes my car and I get out and I'm like, oh my God, I just got like, are you so serious right now? And I jump out of the car and I look and the car don't even look bad, dude. There was like a big scratch down the side. And I was like, I don't even have to pay the deductible on this. I will drive around looking like this. I don't even care. I don't even care. The car works. We are good. Fine. The guy starts to leave. And I live in the country, like I said, and there was a parking lot party in my Walmart. And 30 of these down home country boys chase this car and just encircle it so he can't leave. They're all screaming, you hit her, you hit her. And the cops show up. The guy speaks no English. None. Does not have a license. He is high as shit. And so I see the car and I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. And so I realize my car's in the way, like you do. So I get in the car and I went to pull it over and my car wouldn't drive. And I'm like, what's going on? Like my car's like, what is wrong? And I got out and I didn't bother to look farther. My car, cosmetically, not that bad. However, my wheel was now like this. And he fucked my suspension. And so they take the car off. And I call them to get an update. And they're like, yeah, we're going to have to total this out. Your suspension is done. And I'm crying on the phone. I'm like, you don't understand. You cannot total out this car. I was like, I don't care if you refurbish the things. I don't care if you duct tape this shit. You cannot total out this car. I don't have another car. I don't care what you got to do. Fucking fix it. He's like, we can't. He's like, your car is totaled out. I was like, I don't care. Do it. So we're waiting most horrible fucking 3 to 5 days while I try to see if this motherfucker's going to fix my car. And they somehow did it. They literally, they put it up to like 1,000 of where they would have totaled it out. Like it was going to be totaled out at like 8,500. And I think they did it for like somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000. And I was like, I don't know how you did it. He's like, I don't know how we did it either. I was like, all right, cool. And then, when my engine went in the same car, it was a Kia malfunction in their engines. And they put me in a loaner for 2 months. I didn't have to pay for it. They had my car for 2 months while they tried to find they had to order an engine. And there was so many Kias with their fucked up engines that it took them 2 months to give me my car back. It was $2,500 in rental fees. So, RIP to that unknown person. She was a really nice person. Basically, what happened was she got in a really bad accident. It was really bad. She needed a bunch of rehab. And then I guess she was like older. So while she was rehabbing, like it just did her in, and then she ended up passing. It was because of the accident, but it wasn't because of the accident. So, but yeah, honestly, I mean, I've always been super, super lucky in all of those situations. They could have been so much worse. So much worse. So I've always been really thankful. The very first time that I gotten in one, dude, I didn't even want to get in a car for 2 weeks. Like to this day, and it's been almost 10 years, and I still am paranoid when I get in a car. I am still so fucking paranoid when people drive up behind me, when I'm at a stoplight. I mean, I'm still fucking paranoid. And my husband didn't get it. He did not understand. And then he got his motorcycle license, and the brakes were kind of loose in the back. We didn't really know it. And the front tire was pretty bald. We did know that. And he was turning a corner in Tennessee, and it was a pretty sharp corner, and he didn't really realize it. And there was a little bit of gravel out on the road, and so he ended up topping the bike. And then suddenly he kind of understood what it was like, because like then he was kind of paranoid to drive it, and he's like, "You don't understand." I'm like, "I do." I was like, "You didn't understand, but you do now." Yeah. So yeah, she did. She lived for X amount of months. Yeah. Um, yeah, it was, her daughter was helping her rehab and stuff. And I don't know if it was just like a thing that happened during or something, but like that's what sparked everything. And then like she was recovering really well, and then she wasn't, and then she passed. So I don't know if there was just a bunch of stress. I don't know if there was some existing thing that happened after. I'm not really sure, but that like popped in my head so bad when he said that, because like it was like she had just had that happen like in the recent months. And I realized like what he was saying, because like I saw, like I was turning the radio on and I saw him start to go, and so I go to look up. I'm like this, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to like look up to see if he's going, and I got hit. And but the guy he was like, I saw him coming, I knew I had to move. And I was like, yeah. Thank you. So in Kentucky, I've never seen nothing like it. Like I told you guys before, we don't have shoulders on most of our roads. And so, and our roads are not super wide. Like if you get on a 2-lane road, they're not super wide. They don't have any shoulders. And a lot of the times they kind of like just like, here's the road, and then the road will be down here. So if you tip, you're fucked. So a lot of people, when they're going around curves and stuff, they'll hug the yellow line. And this happens a lot by my house. They'll hug that yellow line, and if you're coming around and you're hugging the yellow line, you're going to smash into each other. So like I'm paranoid, so I'm always on that white line, which drives my husband nuts, because if I even go eek, we're going to flip the car. And he hates being a passenger to begin with, and he's always like, you're riding the white line. I'm like, because if I ride the yellow line, I'm going to get fucking hit head on. So driving in Kentucky is not for the weak at all. I've driven in Tennessee. I've driven in Virginia. I've driven in Ohio. I've driven in Michigan. Kentucky, no. We do not. Everything is hilly. Everything is mountainy. And we don't even believe in guardrails. Like you will literally. Sir, you don't belong in here. Sir, hello. Thank you for listening. I appreciate the fact you are not listening to me at all. Hey, you don't belong in here. Yeah, hi. You don't belong in here. What are you doing in here? You want to come here? We don't believe in guardrails. So you can just go flip your car, and that's normal. Just flip it right off. Hi. Yeah, how are you? Yeah. I mean, she wasn't like super old, but like she was old. You know what I mean? So, are you going to do your biscuits? Watch his arms. You're going to do your biscuits? You're going to do biscuits? You're going to do biscuits? Yeah, this cat, he doesn't care about anything, dude. He spends most of his time being chewed on by Buddy, and he loves it. I got a video of him yesterday, and he don't care about nothing. Why you biscuiting my arm? Hmm? What are you biscuiting for? Hmm? It was a biscuit. I do the biscuits because I'm a boy and I do the biscuits. Yeah. He's still biscuiting down here. You biscuiting? Hmm? What are you doing? Look, I'm from Michigan, and I know how to drive in snow. School didn't get canceled unless it was 18 inches. Okay. Let me tell you what it's like driving in Kentucky, driving from a place like that. We used to drive in 18 inches of snow and not even think about it. Do you know how much, do you know what school gets canceled for down here? Half an inch. You know why? Because you will die. You will die. So bad. So bad. Because down here it's ice. It's just ice. Like so much ice. Sir, what are you doing? No, you're not going to climb up me. No, we're not doing this. You cannot climb up me. You are not a bird. You are not a bird. You cannot climb. I know. You cannot climb up me. No, we're not. You're not climbing. Sir, I'm not a ladder. I'm not a ladder. He wants to climb up on my shoulder. You cannot climb up on my shoulder, buddy. No, no, no. You cannot do that. I have a sunburn and you have nails. Do you know what no means? No? Okay. He's a good boy. He's a really good boy. He's a really good cat. He's weird. Like if you pull on his tail, he loves it. Like you give him a little touch, give him a little pull. He likes it. He's weird. He's a big cat though. He's big. You're not seeing all of his body. He's a big cat. Yeah. It's just from the rain. Cause like down here in the winter, it just rains. Like all the time. Just rain. So if it freezes, you're fucked. Like I lost power for 4 days because of ice. Sir, can I help you? Can I help you? No, you can't do biscuits, honey. There's nowhere to do biscuits. Here. No, here. Just do the biscuits on my hand. There you go. Do the biscuits on my hand. There you go. No. Thank you for the loving. I don't need it. What are you doing? No. I'm going to request that you stop. You're drooling all over me. Oh my God. Yes, we get a lot of rain that freezes often. Yes. Yes, if it's that's what the thing you have to worry about down here. Winter is rain, so like it just rains a lot. Sometimes we get snow, but it's mostly rain. And then God help us all if it freezes. Yeah, I've heard that Michigan doesn't super snow a lot anymore. Can I, really? Can you for 5 seconds just chill your shit, please? 5 seconds, just chill. He's a big cat. He's a big, fluffy, fucking fluffing nightmare. Yeah, okay, I know biscuits. I got it. Just biscuit the air. Good deal, buddy. Just biscuit the air. You're good. What? For the love of Christ. Yeah, I used to be by the Michigan, and yeah, I could get there. Just biscuit the air. You're fine. You're being ridiculous. You're being absolutely ridiculous. You know that? I know. I know. I know. No, you're not. No, sir. This is not ideal. Hey, hey, what are you doing? No, you have nails. You can't do that. You're making me itch. You know the thing I'm most allergic to in the world? This thing. This thing. I am more allergic to cats than anything else in the entire world. My mom didn't believe me. I told her I was allergic to cats. She didn't believe me. I am more allergic to cats than I am anything else in the world. I'm allergic to dogs too. I'm allergic to you, buddy. Luckily, I did have some allergy shots. I didn't get to finish the whole regimen, but I did get some. So, like, it's not nearly as bad as it used to be, obviously. So, what? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. He's like, "What? You're allergic to me? What?" And then just literally head bashes me. Like, all I saw was his face coming at me. That was wild. I looked up and he just literally headbutted me. Just literally, just boom, headbutted me. Yes, I know, because I'm awful to my animals. I'm absolutely fucking awful. Can you tell how awful I am? Look at him. Look at him. He is absolutely just miserable. Yeah, you're just gonna biscuit the air, buddy. Where are you going? You can't even stop making biscuits when you're not paying attention. Look at him biscuit. Biscuits. 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 Yeah, I know. As soon as I said I was allergic to him, he was like, wait, what, Bash? What do you mean you're allergic? Love me. Can I put you down? He's got a big floofy tail, too. Floofy, floofy. That's this big floofy thing. What, do you want your tail? What are you doing? Yes, I want to biscuit my tail now. Look at him biscuit his tail. You are so weird, dude. Yeah, he's got his front claws are done. But you never do a cat's back claws. I've had him since 2015 though. He'll be what, 9 this year? He just turned 9. So he turned 9 about 4 months. What are you doing? Oh my god, you are such a drama. You are being such a drama right now. So yeah, this is my life. I am always being some type of animal's bed. 19. Yeah, my oldest one lived to be 17. I had one that was about 13, one that got cancer when she was 10 and passed when she was 11. I had a diabetic cat. He lasted. He was a rescue. I'm not really 1,000% sure how old he was, but they told me he was about 6, and he got diabetes, and we had to give him insulin and everything. And one day he just like wandered off into a bedroom and just passed away. Just like he was fine the night before, and he went into our spare bedroom and passed away. And then there's this little meatball who's 9. You know what your hair I have in my mouth right now, dude? Do you even care? Do you even care? Look at you. Do you even care that I am like my mouth is full of your hair right now? Just keep making your biscuits. Just keep making your biscuits. Everything will be fine. Yeah, we're pretty sure. They told us he was about 7 months old when we got him. So you're being drama right now. I'm good. How are you? I have cat hair all up in my face. So much cat hair. Yeah, cats can get asthma. I follow, what was it? The three southern cats. The fat one has asthma, I think. You want down? Can I put you down finally? You want down? You want down? You want down? You can absolutely get down if you want to. Can I put you down? That'd be great. Can I put you down? You are ridiculous. All right. You're getting on the ground now. You ready? You ready? No, I know. You're getting down now. You ready? All right. No, no, we're getting down. Oh, God. Don't eat the cat, please. Time flies when you're having fun. I got to get him up in half an hour. Well, 40 minutes. Pepper. Just because I was petting your brother doesn't mean I have to pet you. You get pets all day long. Today we were sitting at the table eating dinner. We just got done eating dinner. And I was petting each of the dogs. So I was going through each dog, petting each dog. And Nikki comes up, the big black one, and she comes up and she's waiting for her pets. So I go to pet Nikki, and here comes the big white one. I said, stand in line and wait your turn. And she just stood there and waited her turn. Usually with Bronx and Buddy, the two littlest ones, I usually just do this, put one in each hand and do this. Biting on the oxygen hoses, that's not good. Yeah, I am allergic to cats. My husband's allergic to cats. My mother-in-law is really allergic to cats. But I've had a cat since I was 9. I just deal with it. It makes my throat feel funny right here. That's about it. Nothing crazy. Like my mother-in-law's eyes, like my husband's eyes will water. If he like lays right up, if the cat goes in like right on him, his eyes will water. But like for me, it's like right here, and that's about it. Nothing crazy. I'm allergic to dogs too. Found out. They gave me a allergy panel, and it was basically cats the most, and then different types of grasses and whatnot, mold, dogs, dust mites. She puts her cat in like this like clear tote and puts a nebulizer in it. Yeah, I'm allergic to mold. I don't know what he said made sense because it worked, but I'm not entirely sure. I told him that I was having a hard time. Like I used to be able to drink like Mike's Hard Lemonade, Smirnoffs, whatever. When we'd be sitting around the bonfire, that's what I would have. You know, I'd have like one or whatever when I was at my friend's house, and I was fine. And then one day, I just, I'm not a big alcohol drinker anyway, so I just never drank for like 4 years. And I went to drink, and I went to drink the same thing I always did, and about put me on the fucking floor. Well, I went to my doctor, and I was like, "Why would that happen?" And he was like, "It could have to do with your mold allergy because it's fermented." And I was like, I was like, well, what will happen if I keep doing it? He's like, it's going to get worse. I was like, oh. So I stopped drinking anything that is like that, and I only drink like distilled shit now, and it only gives me like a very minor headache. So I don't know if whatever, but apparently whatever the fucking problem is happens in the fermentation process because I can drink like whiskey and shit, and I'll get a pain right here, but it's better than the entire head in a vice thing. So yeah, I don't know how you really get an inhaler on a cat. But I mean, have fun. I don't know. I mean, I had to give my cat injections. I had to give him injections every day. So I mean, and he took him like a champ. Really, to be honest, he took him like a champ. He had the same most well not most of he did. He had a lot of the same demeanor as this cat. Then I had one that was Satan incarnate. He was my first cat. My first tattoo too. And then my girl, she was super sassy. She got cancer on her 10th birthday. And then I just had this little quiet Siamese ragdoll looking thing. He had an astigmas. So his eyes always went like this the whole time. Just his eyes just went like this and just shook. But he was a little quiet, just a little quiet little cat. He never got that big. He was the size of a normal cat. You know, normal cats are only supposed to be 8 pounds. Like a standard cat, just a cat is supposed to be about 8 pounds, and that's about what he was his whole life. But I've always had big, fluffy. Like my one was a Norwegian forest cat, and I've always had cats that had Maine Coon in them. So I'd get these, monstrosity, fluffy, long cats like that thing. So that he actually doesn't weigh that much though. He's just fluff. He's just fluff. I had a fat, fluffy cat that he was interesting. Bookie, you could probably do one of those at Bookie. Bookie don't care about shit. He don't care about shit. That cat does not care. Yeah, I've done tie dye before. Not super great at it, but the only art stuff that I really do, like on occasion, I like to paint. I painted this little camper once, like painting ceramics. I like doing that. I've only done it like a small handful of times. I've done like two or three things. I'm not really a good painter because I'm not very artistic. I've painted a couple things, but the only thing that I really do is color with gel pens and then do diamond art, little bite-sized pieces of diamond art. I'm a creative mind, but I'm not creatively able. Like I can't draw. I can't paint very well. Like I have creative bones, but that's about it. I don't sew. I don't crochet. I don't. I've tried all of it. I'm just not very good at any of it. Yeah, my crocheting always ended up being sideways. You know how you like start off and you count your row of like 20? It always ended up looking like a stair. Like it didn't even matter. Not good at it. I have a friend. She does the like little animals. I don't know how y'all do that. Make animals out of crochet. Like I can't even crochet a pot holder. I can't even crochet a pot holder, dude. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers are doing stuffed animals. That makes my brain hurt. Yeah, I can't do the big diamond arts. I tried. I got like I don't know, a tenth of the way in and I threw it out. I like doing like keychains and magnets and wind chimes. I did a lamp once. That was a nightmare. It's gorgeous, but oh my lord. I have another one in there I never did. I have two lamps. I only ever did one of them. But yeah, I know all these people they I'll go and people like crochet like whole ass and like there was somebody crochet. I was at a Comic Con that was part comic, part horror. And like somebody had crocheted a Sam's doll this big. You know, the from Trick or Treat, it looks like he's got a big burlap head and like an orange suit. It was like this tall, like this wide. And I'm like, how do you do that? How? That is wild. A 20 by 29, fuck that. I like doing ones about this big. They take about 45 minutes to do. That's about as long as my attention span can hold out. And if I do a keychain, they're front and back. I will do one side one day and one side another day. A 30 by 40. Oh, hell no. There's so many cute pictures, but like I just cannot do the big ones. I just cannot. I cannot. I've tried. I can't. Okay, yesterday I was supposed to go in my room, color, and put on a movie. Then we got the autopsy. So we went on a live doing the autopsy thing. And then I ended up in another live. And then I went to bed. And I was like, I was literally not going to go live last night. I went live twice. I was like, oh my God. So I thought about not going live today. I'm like, no, I will. So here I am. But when I get off here, when I wake him up, I'm going to put my game on for a little bit. I haven't done my game in a long time. Yeah, I had the light up board too. 50 by 70. Are you insane? Yeah, I do gel pens. I can't do colored pencils because of the texture. I can't do crayons because they get on my nerves. So I color with gel pen. Yeah. And I got to take him to work. So what I'm going to probably do is get him up, play my game until he's ready to go, bring him home or come home and either go straight to bed or actually color, but I don't know. My room's so cold, dude. I have this big huge book thing of them. I have like 300 gel pens. Not even kidding. I have a whole huge book that holds like 250, and then I have another book that holds like 100. Thanks, Liza. I can't use Sharpie. Sharpie makes my skin crawl. Literally. I get the worst grima. It is so bad. Like it just goes straight down my arms. Every time I cannot use Sharpie pens. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm giving it to myself right now. The sound, the feel. Oh my God, Sharpies make me sick. I cannot do it. Mm-mm. Oh, you're good. No, they're really cool. Like, but I can't do a Sharpie on paper. Like if I wrote it on like a piece of plastic or like on here, I'd be fine. But a Sharpie touching paper literally makes me like sick. I can't do it. I do a lot of mandalas. I have other stuff, but like I really like doing mandalas. You really have to think out mandalas. A mandala usually takes me about 4 hours. They're about this big, usually, and they take about 4 hours to do. So you just put on some music or put on some noise backdrop, and I just color for like hours. I haven't done it in forever. Oh my God, we made salads today, and I put my hand in the onions to put them on my salad. I already had them in my hand, dude. He's like, no, use a fork. Your hands are going to end up smelling awful. I'm like, well, too late. I've already touched them. The uncoloring, you draw around the different ink blots. No, I've never seen those. Yeah, I got some of the adult cuss words. Really? A lot of other people are giving you credit for your left hand theory is the 7-2 explanation. I heard it referenced a few times about what a good job you did on it. Woo! People listen. I like that. Yeah, you can't, like, you can't do it. Like, this way, it would have to be 7-2 would work, but, you'd have to be like 11-4, and you're going to turn your hand like this. Like, that ain't going to work. I was in a live this morning. I doubt any of y'all saw it. I went down a weird rabbit hole. And I landed in Wonderland. Not even kidding. I think somebody sent me a video of Thea on a panel, and Nina got up on the panel and lost her ever loving shit on Thea. And I was like, well, that's interesting. So I was like, I'm blocked on Nina's page. So then, like, I have to get on a burner account, and I was going to go see if she, like, made a post about it. I was like, this is interesting. So while I'm on Nina's page, I see that she has used this girl's content and talked about something that this girl had said about David Blanchard. Well, the name looked familiar. So I go on this girl's page. She's got like 3 pages. So I thought she was a fake account to begin with. And I saw on one of the things it says Ryan Lee on it. And I was like, what? So I look, and she was actually, going off on Brie about me. And so I'm looking through her content, whatever. And I don't see the post that Nina had. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So all of a sudden I see she went live. So I was like, maybe she's going to talk about it. So I went into the live, and boy, did she talk about it. And I don't know why. I don't know what in me made me hit the fucking record button. But I recorded while I was in there until it was banned. I had just left and it got banned. Or I was banned while I was in there. And she was really going to town about this thing she was talking about. And I told her, because she said she got banned. I said, don't worry. I said, I got the whole thing I recorded the whole thing. And she's like, good. So we pulled the recording up. Me and Fancy and Mac went over it and watched this recording, and we were talking about different points of the video. And I'm hoping that we can go live with her in the next couple of days. We're waiting to hear a couple things back. But it was a very interesting live, and I really needed to go to bed. I needed to go to bed when I went in there. I didn't really think I was going to be in there that long, but she ended up pulling me up on the panel, and it was just me and her, and she ended up getting banned. And so I'm getting ready for bed or whatever. People are like, did she get banned? I'm like, yeah. And then somebody's like, oh, she got it back. And I was like, okay. And like, I'm getting ready to go to bed. And then I get a message 4 minutes later, she got banned again. Okay. Well, it's weird. Janie, Fancy's had this thing about David for a long time. And one day, and the video's on my Socratic method. It's probably 20 down by now. But we were going down some fucking rabbit hole on VisionCon, and I went to David's profile, and then I found a different profile. From that, I found a different. I was just rabbit holing, And I go to tell Fancy about something on David's profile to go somewhere else. And she had it pulled up, and in the time it took to reload the page, she was blocked at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m. Like, she wasn't blocked, and then she was blocked in like a 3-minute span. And we were talking about him, and his name's coming up off a lot. And if this girl is to be believed, and she seems pretty legit, if this girl is to be believed, shit's gonna go down. But we'll see. Because we've been told shit before that has not been accurate. But I mean, this girl, she's either telling the truth or she needs a straitjacket. And she seemed very believable to me. The things she was saying actually was a lot of things that we had talked about behind the scenes, not on a live, that we had been discussing amongst us. So Morbid was live before Ryan, and he even mentioned Ryan had thanked her in his live about her left hand theory. Well, that was nice. I'm just trying to stay away from fucking everything at this point, dude. I'm just over it. I'm over everything. I'm just over everything. I'm over everybody and everything. That fish scared the shit out of me back there. That one, I wasn't even paying attention, and he just came floating that way, and I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was a big fucking bug. It's that little asshole right there. But I'm just trying. At this point, I'm just over here. Yes, that's the girl that I was on a live with, Janie. Yes, that's the girl I was on a live with. And if she's to be believed, and she seems legit, it's gonna get wild if what she's saying is right. Now she told me that she's trying to find some different papers about this, that, and whatever. Because I said, well, if you want, you can come up on a panel with me and Fancy, talk about what you were talking about tonight. And she's like, I want to get papers. And I was like, okay. We've been looking through all different sorts of stuff, looking through different files. And yeah, the girl with the micro dreads. She's a character. Like I said, I looked on her page to see if this video was there. And while I'm trying to find the video, I see Ryan Lee. And I was like, this can't be good. No, she was pissed off about one of Bree's rants about me. Very nice girl. She's a very nice girl. I can see where people would think she's abrasive, maybe, because that's how I roll. I'm I spit it out. She spits it out. So she seems very nice though. And the thing she was saying, like I said, it was wild to me because it was a lot of stuff that we had been talking about over here. And it really, I mean, it was jiving with a lot of the stuff that we had been talking about. So I found it extremely interesting, and I'm glad that I recorded it. Because my memory sucks. And I told her, because at one point she's like, I hope somebody's recording this. And I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing yet. I'll just let her keep, because she was on a roll. I'm not going to like interrupt her and be like, I'm recording it. So after she got off, I was like, just so you know, I did record it. She's like, oh, good. And I'm like, yeah. She was getting reported left and right, dude. Left and right. I was surprised when I heard your name given credit for her. I was never told. I am proud of you, much as a person in general. So I just figured I'd let you know your work is being credited. Thank you. My mom was the type of mom that she told everybody else she was proud of me. Like, she told me she was proud. Don't, you know what I mean? But apparently my mom talked about me 24/7 to people. And she never didn't say she wasn't proud of me, but as much as she told other people, she didn't tell me as much as she told other people. So it is nice to hear somebody say something nice about me for once. Because apparently all I can be right now is everybody's fucking thorn in their side. So because that's what happens is we get reported when we talk about Gypsy a lot of the time. I got left and right accusing me of this and accusing me of that. And I'm like, y'all think I got all this time on my fucking hands. I'm like, 1 minute it's I'm on live all the time. When do I have time for life? The next minute it's, oh, you're on live and you're running this page and you're running this page and you're running this. And I'm like, y'all, I ain't got time for all that shit. I just don't. I mean, if you want to keep pinning shit on me, at this point, there's nothing I can do. I have more than shown umpteen fucking times. The people who run the pages have literally said it umpteen thousand times. Like, at this point, you ain't gonna fucking believe anything I say anyway, so fuck it. Do it. Blame me for whatever. It is what it is. No matter what, how am I supposed to prove I don't run it? To be honest, think about it. Here's the account. I can't get into it. Yo, right. I can't prove that I the owners of the page are like, yeah, nothing. There's nothing I can do to prove otherwise. So I guess go with whatever logic floats your boat. Thank you, Janie. She was too, man. Her feed was just, it was getting, I mean, you could tell she was getting it. Okay, so I was in 2 different separate lives. Sarah at least one night and Bree the following night. Why? And there was a woman who was also claiming to have inside information about the CaseNet file. Please tell me it's not who I think, because so help me God, if I hear this, oh my God. What was the username? No, you're good, Amber. You're good. What was the username, boss lady? Because if it's who I think it is, Sure, that was said about you unless they see it with their own eyes. They don't have to stand by it. Yeah, I know. You can't make people. Yeah, no. So let me tell you a weird little story. Okay. X amount of years ago, before I was in the picture, I've gotten told this story on numerous occasions. Okay. This is before that came out, whatever. I've been told the story on numerous occasions since January. Once upon a time, Fancy pissed off a bunch of people. Shocker, I know. And one of these people that had been good was now bad. And a person, and tell me if this sounds familiar. This person went on social media and said that their husband worked for the DOJ and that she had inside information about the Gypsy Rose case and the people involved, and that there was people who were going to go down for things. And so I got messaged about this person a day or two ago. And I took the screenshot and I said, does this sound familiar? She was like, little bit. I'm just gonna drive a couple of semis through the holes in that particular story that I'm hearing going around. Number one, nobody who works at the DOJ is going to risk their job to tell their spouse inside information that she can then put on social media that will then get traced back to him, where he's going to lose his job. Number one. Number two, for the love of God, I got sent a small clip of it. And she was going on essentially about Fancy getting the records. Now, however you want to slice this particular story, in the end, for whatever reason, she did not get those records fictitiously. She got them from Christy. She does have life rights. She can do what she wants with them. Whether or not you agree with it, that is okay. This woman that was on there spouting all this shit is full of shit. I've been messaged about her quite a few times now. Also, let me just throw this little nugget of thought into your brain. Do you really think that the DOJ Cares about internet drama? Probably not. Probably not. Amber, the amount of fuckery. We just found out something else fucking bizarre I found something bizarre last night. Real fucking bizarre last night. Sitting on it for now. Learned that ahead of time. But, something extremely fucking bizarre last night that involves SJA. Very, very, very fucking bizarre. You know, something very it don't make sense, which is why I'm not going to talk about it quite yet. But there's something very, very bizarre that I stumbled upon. Somebody sent a video that I couldn't see the video, so I went to the profile. There was something in the profile that was weird. That I looked up something else on the internet, which matched up to what they said, but a different person did it, and it goes back to SJA somehow, and that's very odd. All I know is, like I said, that particular same story that woman is putting out there. That story has been put out before. Now, do I know if this is the same woman? No. Do I know if it's the same woman? No. Do I know if it's the exact same story to almost the letter? Yes. To literally almost, it was wild. Like this woman this was years ago. I got told this story 2 or 3 times. We just talked about it again, literally like 2 weeks ago. And this woman said that she had a husband who worked at the DOJ, and he had files, and she wasn't supposed to know this stuff, and he was telling her about these big things that were happening with content creators, and no. The story's been recycled a few times. Well, of course, the thing is look, and I'm not even going to fault them. I'm not even going to fault them, because here's the thing. When you find somebody that gives you the information to make you feel valid, you're going to fall for it. Okay. Just like, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Christy's fake cousin, Mel. We had a live about it, I don't know, about a weekish ago. Okay. She came to Fancy, gave her this fully laid out story that Fancy ate up, because it fit exactly in with what Fancy wanted to hear and wanted to believe. And I am literally listening on this phone call, and I'm like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I was like, this girl is hosing you. And she's like, no, this makes sense. This makes sense. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. And then lo and behold, other people got this girl, and there was a live the day before, because we didn't go out with what we knew, because it didn't jive. It was weird. And then I guess some creators caught this girl red fucking handed. And they called her out, and I guess she fucking admitted she was lying. Amber, I couldn't tell you. It does sound a lot like the shit that she said, for sure. And it would make sense, knowing something else I know now. Knowing something else I know now that actually makes a lot of sense. Hold on one second. I just thought of something. God damn it. I posted what Chat GPT said about the case on YouTube and TikTok. Definitely like Gypsy help. What is Chat GPT? She's at time to go home. Fancy gets on a rant. It goes to the max. Yeah, I know. Look, I got zero problem saying shit. And I told her when this happened, I was like, you are believing this because this is exactly what you want to hear. And that's something that happens to everybody. So I wouldn't even say nothing about, I got a small clip. Somebody sent it to me, and sometimes I'll watch clips. It just depends on what type of mood I'm in. Um and I opened it up and I was listening, and I'm like, there are people that believe this. Like, I'm not meaning to be mean, but common sense. Okay, if your husband is working at a prestigious position where he's putting together some type of a case, do you really think he's going to tell his wife, who's then going to tell social media, and then it's going to get back that he's the one who gave out that information and he's going to risk his job? Probably not. Probably not. Shout out Geek Bar. That's not a Geek Bar. I've never had a Geek Bar. I'm sad though because I'm running out of these, and I think I'm gonna have to order them online, and that fucking sucks. Yeah, he'd be fired. That's how Fancy got the girl to cut the shit out last time. She's like, you do understand that what you were doing is going to get your husband fired. You understand that by putting shit out there like that, it's going to come back to him. He's going to be fired. You do understand that, right? So no, I don't believe it till I see it. Also, the fact that it was four content create. What was it? At first, it was four content creators and two healthcare professionals. Then it was four people. She alluded to Fancy in the clip that I saw, and the tech from the ultrasound place, and another person from the ultra. Do you think that the DOJ gives a fuck if HIPAA is violated through the fact of the person saying that they were there? Do you think that the Department of Justice gives a fuck about content creators if they are not threatening to like cause havoc? No, they don't. But people are literally going to just eat that shit up because it's something that's interesting and you want to see somebody burn. Exactly. Do you know how quick that would go back to her husband? Seriously? Seriously. Because all it's going to take, let's be realistic, all it's going to take is, let's say it's legit. Let's say it's legit. All it's going to take is for person A who gets a summons to go, oh, I heard about this on TikTok. Send the fucking clip in and go, yeah, this guy's wife was the one talking about it on TikTok. Send that on up to the supervisor. Boom, he's done. I don't think people think. I don't people think. Yeah. Yeah, I know it says she was off on the 9th on Google, but Google says a lot of things that aren't necessarily true. So, I mean, do I think it happened on the 9th? Yes. Can I, without a shadow of a doubt, prove that? No. I think it happened on the 9th, but who am I? Slippy lips sink ships. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because people have already recorded that live. I have a clip of that live. So God forbid that person's right and Fancy, because they alluded to Fancy, she gets some type of letter. She gonna take that clip. She gonna give it to the people who gave her that letter, and they're gonna know where the fuck it came from, and he's gonna lose his motherfucking job. Supposedly, she's an ex-felon married to an employee of the DOJ who has a best friend that works in the FBI. Oh God, Thea, is that you? Hey Sam, understand that there are people on these apps that will do anything for attention. They will do anything for attention. Like you, Ryan. What I'm not going to do is get on here, hide behind some faceless little thing, talking about how I do this and my husband's the president of the United States and blah, blah, blah. No, no. Yeah, as soon as the autopsy got out, yeah. You know, the autopsy that wasn't updated and expired. I still can't believe I heard that. That it wasn't updated and it was expired. He didn't go through the window. I have the police report. He didn't go through the window. Hey, I'm going to need you to wake up. Yeah, you said that last time, and then you told me your feet were scoops and went back to bed. Are you getting up? Thank God. They're what? They're feathers and you're trying to fly away? Okay, well, make sure you drop by work on the way out. All right, love you, bye. Okay, so let me just point out something here. Let me just point out something to you guys real quick. Bear with me. This is going to be a real hard thing to think about. Do you know how many women give birth in prison? Do you think that prison, jail, the FBI give a flying fuck she is pregnant? No, they don't care. Trust me, they don't care. Babies are born in prison every day of the goddamn week. She is not special. They are not going to hide the case. Here's the deal. This is the other thing. Oh, they took the case off because they needed to take the case off because people are calling about Gypsy. Okay, cool. Let's go down that route and let me show you how dumb you are to believe that. One, there's still cases on there for Gypsy. Only the one disappeared. So if they were doing it to make it safe, they would have taken all of them off. Number two, people are going to call and request regardless because they already have the information. So there's two reasons why that is bullshit. On top of the whole not going to have a baby in prison bullshit. He did go through it. He did go through a door. No, Janie, here's the problem. Much like Gypsy's bullshit narrative story, there was a story that went around for years until literally recently that David Blanchard went through a window. The act did not help that, okay? Or whatever fucking one that showed it. I have the police report. He did not go through a window. He was trying to go through a window when they caught him and said, don't go through the fucking window. He went through the door. I have the police report. Not to mention the crime scene photos show the window with a bunch of shit blocking the window. Hey, Aussie. So, yeah, can drive holes through that fucking story. There's a lot of stories in this that can have semis just drive straight through the fucking holes. We've been fed a lot of fucking narratives that are not true. Period. David Blanchard did not go through a fucking window. He went through a fucking door. We were guided to the wrong Dan for 9 years. 9 years we were guided to the wrong Dan. How do I know? I have text message proof in my phone. And I tried showing it and I got a privacy violation because they did not want it shown. That live is now private because I showed proof of the fact that they were trying to steer us to the wrong Dan via text message. And when I tried to show said text message, it showed a little bit of her name and she got pissed off. And of course, she didn't want to be shown for the liar she is. So I privated the fucking thing because I didn't feel like going and scrubbing her name out of it. I had another live the next day, though, and talked all about it. I don't know. No, he says he went through the window. If I remember correctly, he said he went through the window. But the police report says otherwise. I don't know if anybody had experience with knives. I couldn't tell you. So let me see. This might take me a hot second. We'll talk while I try to find it. It'd probably be easier to do it this route. Oh God, maybe not. We have 6 chats with the same name. This might not be easy at all to do, actually, but hold on. We have 6 chats with the same fucking name, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this or not, but I'm going to try to find you guys the police report real quick. I think I put it in that video. I think. If I didn't, I'm probably just going to make a video because, okay, oh wait, hold on. To clear shit up, but I'm pretty sure that I put it in the video. Okay, it's not in that one. Fuck me, really? We have literally 6 fucking chats with the same goddamn name in it. No, I don't want to see chat members. Jesus Christ. I know who's in the damn chat. Well, that's easy. That's definitely not that. Oh, wait. Go up. No, that's not it either. All right. That's not that one. Probably be fucking easier to find it if I go through my screenshots. I don't think it'd be in that one or that one. I'm going to try to just go through my screenshots real quick. Yeah, I would like to see what happens with if there's a pending court case. I would like to see that myself. Okay, it's way after that. My bad. I scrolled way the fuck too far up. I take so many fucking screenshots of shit a day that it's super easy for me not to be able to find something. And people are like, oh, you don't have it. No, bitch, I just can't produce it on demand. Give me a minute and I can probably find it for you. It's definitely after that. Okay, yeah, I'm too far up. If not, I will find it. Oh, here it is. All right. All right. So this is the police report. Okay. So it says, on Sunday, June 14th, 2015 at 3:57 p.m., myself and Deputy Catherine Hughes responded to West Volunteer Way in Springfield, Missouri on a check well-being call with Deputy Mike Robertson. According to the call notes, Kimberly Blanchard reported that she had seen threats toward her friend on Facebook. Kimberly Blanchard, David Blanchard's wife, and was concerned for her well-being. Upon arriving to the residence, Deputy Robertson and Hughes made contact with Kimberly. Her husband, Charles, that is David, by the way, and her other friends of the residence, while I walked around the residence searching to see if I could find any signs of forced entry or a better vantage point to get a view into the residence. The house which was located on the north side of Volunteer Way, was a modest single-level residence with a house located next to it on the east side, a vacant lot on its west side, and a small wooded area, and another house located to the north of it. Out of all the doors and windows I checked did not show any signs of being tampered with, and the only window without any form of window lint on it was located on the northeast corner of the rear of the house. Upon looking through the small portion of the open drapes in the window, it appeared lights were on in the home and that there was a bed next to the window. I was unable to tell if anything was disturbed or if anyone was inside the room. Upon coming around the west side of the house, I contacted Deputy Robinson, who advised me he could not see any signs of the windows being tampered with or forced entry. Upon checking the resident's mailbox, I noticed that there was several articles of mail inside with a postmark stamp going as far back as June 8th of 2015. After reviewing the mail, I went to the rear of the residence and checked the window at the rear of the residence that allowed me any kind of view. Again, I could not see any signs of disturbance or that anyone was inside the room. While I was at the rear of the residence, I heard what sounded like something breaking around the corner of the house. I walked around the corner and seeing the Deputy Robinson standing on the side deck, I asked what was going on. Deputy Robertson advised me that Charles, David, Kimberly, and their friends had pried open a window wanting to go into the residence. As I continued walking around the house, Kimberly asked if they could go inside the residence and check. I informed her that would not be a good idea and we could not give her permission to do it. As I continued to walk around the front, I observed that David was already climbing through the window. Now, I know that sounds like that, but just going to carry on with me for a second. David asked me if I would arrest him. I advised him that the homeowner had not given him permission and wanted to press charges against him if he went in uninvited. He could face charges. That's when one of the neighbors and friends of the homeowner stated that they would not care, and then he went inside. After a couple of minutes, he opened the front door and stated nobody was home. He did not see any signs of trouble except for several wheelchairs being inside. Nobody was home. Inside the residence. While standing in the front yard, I peered through the open front door and observed no signs of a disturbance. Seeing no signs of a disturbance, I instructed Deputy Robinson to have David and anyone else step outside of the residence and secure the door, etc., etc., etc. So to hear this, it does sound tricky, not going to lie. So it says that they had pried open a window wanting to go into the residence. As I continued walking around the rear of the house, Kimberly asked if they could go into the residence and check. I informed her that would not be a good idea and we could not give her permission to do that. As I continued to walk around the front, I observed that David was already climbing through the window. He asked me if I would arrest him. I advised him that the homeowner had not given him permission and wanted to press charges against him. If he went in uninvited, he would face charges. That is when one of the neighbors and friends of the homeowner stated they would not care if David went inside. After a couple minutes, he opened the front door and stated nobody was home and he did not see any signs of trouble. But the back door was open. And if you look in the crime scene photos, the window that he says he went through is closed and there's stuff all in front of that window, the window that he says that he went through. Yeah. I mean, in the crime scene photos, those windows were not. First of all, let's be realistic. Okay. David Blanchard wasn't going to fit through that window. You can't fit a bear through a fucking mouse hole. Okay. He was not a small man. I'm not saying he was huge, but he was not a small man. He was not going to fit through that window. But he didn't fit through the window because there was stuff in front of the window. Why did he say he did? I don't know. You can see the crime scene photos. There's stuff in front of that window. So you're telling me, let's go on the offhanded chance that somehow he did go through that window. Don't ask me how, but let's say he did. He took the time to put everything back up there, to shut the curtains, and then put everything back in place that was in front of the window and in front of the sink? I don't think so. It also says they heard something breaking, which is weird. I didn't really catch that till just now. They said that they heard something breaking. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't know. Oh, yeah, he went through the house. He didn't notice anything. There's no door on Dee Dee's room. There's no door. So if you're going around looking for signs of life, where's the first places you check? Well, you walk into the living room, look over to the kitchen, and then you check the bedrooms. And he said the lights didn't work. The lights absolutely fucking worked. They absolutely fucking worked. So I don't know why he said that either. Janie, I would ask that of why did the police department let him go into the house at all? And then I will remind you of 1996, John Bonet. They let friends and family trample that crime scene. Trample that crime scene. He says that the light didn't work in her room. It absolutely worked. So I have no idea. Also, he admits he has a key to the house. Why would he be going through the window to begin with? He admits he has a key to the house. Why would he need to go through a window? He has a key. So do you believe the woman claiming she read a report that they are currently investigating him? If everything she says is right, then yes, I do. KJ says that she is looking at that everyone is looking at conspiracies and she trusts police. That's fine. She can have any opinion she wants. Any of us can have any opinion we want. No matter how wrong, how right, how far-fetched it is, it doesn't matter because in this case, none of us fucking know anyway. Could he have secretly been involved? He put his DNA all over the house. The only reason I can think of to do that is to make sure that when they find DNA in the house, that you can say, oh, wait, well, I did go in there. I did look for them. So, yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible at this point. Also, the other thing is, on the post of Nina's, there is a live recently. I would try to show it to you, but I don't know if it's going to work. I will try to show it to you guys, however, where somebody came in to Gypsy's live. I have to get on a burner account. I can't see her shit. Nina, if you're watching, I have to go to your page now, even though I can't see it because I have to show them something. So, okay. So one thing, okay. Now, if you watch,
now Key done spilled the beans, but before I show you what Key said, I need you guys to watch this. So
this is interesting. Watch. So she's reading the chat, and it says, "Did David Blanchard help move the body?" Watch her. That's nerves. That's nerves. I don't care what anybody says. That's fucking nerves. There's another case where family cleaned up the crime scene of a TW, so blah, 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 blah. When the investigation came back, 0 evidence later. They didn't tell us that they confirmed the DNA swabs of the orifices. They took them. They never tested them. He confessed. There was no reason to spend taxpayer money. They never should have let him in and go in the house with it being inactive. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, somebody came in and they asked. It says, Gypsy, was David Blanchard there to help you move your mom's body to the bedroom on your wheelchair? And she looked skeeved out as fuck when somebody asked that. There's a lot of weird things. They hear that she's missing. David and Kim go flying over there. He says he needs to go through a window, but he has a key to the house. Why would he go through a window? He has a key. He could have literally went in, used his little key, and just went into the house. If that was the case, why were you trying to go through a window? Odd. Not to mention, again, why for 9 years were we led to the wrong Dan? For 9 years, led to the wrong Dan. That is weird. That is hella weird. And we stood 10 toes down on it being the wrong Dan because that's what we kept being told by that side. I have text messages from that side. I'm not saying Christy gave them to me, although there is one that says that Christy knows what's going on about Dan in Arkansas. So it's weird to me that I was given multiple text messages that it was the wrong Dan. Why? Why are you steering everybody to the wrong Dan? That makes no sense. Yeah. Look here. Don't look here. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it looks messy. Fancy's been on and on about David Blanchard for a long fucking time. And to be honest, I told her I thought she was nuts. I said, what the hell does he have to do with anything? But maybe he does. Especially when we're literally on his profile looking at something else. It was weird on why I was even there. I was trying to see if he had any pictures from VisionCon. And then somebody said, well, no, that's not his profile. He has his profile under a different one. So I went up there and I typed up David. I found David Stanfield, same last name as Mike Stanfield. And we were talking about that because it was weird. Coincidental, whatever, not necessarily mean anything, but it was weird. And so she was trying to get to that profile, was on David's, refreshed it to go to his friend's page, and she was blocked. Like in real time on that live. Boom, done. She was blocked. At 3 o'clock in the morning, they're like, well, somebody probably told him at 3 o'clock in the morning. If somebody woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me something like that, I'd be pissed. Well, yeah, it says that they heard something break, which is weird because I never caught that before. I've read this a few times, but I never caught the sound. What did it say? Hold on. That is when one of the neighbors and friends stated that they would not care. No, hold on. Where the fuck did I read that? The writing is like itty bitty tiny. Hold on. I heard what sounded like something breaking around the corner of the east side of the house. I walked around the corner and they were standing on the back deck and I asked what was going on. It said that they had pried open a window. Maybe that's what was breaking, trying to go in the house. Which also, by the way, is strange because that particular type of window, I don't know if you guys know about these type of windows. I have one right there. Where in order to open it, you slide something like this or slide them like this. So the only way you can open one of those windows is from the inside. Which is weird. Just saying. Hold on. So I didn't read. Okay, hold on. There's a little bit more of this. See this part right here. Really, I've never understood this part. A short time later, Lieutenant Johnson arrived on the scene and took over the scene. After Deputy Robertson and Hughes completed the obtaining the information headed or needed for the report, we were released from the scene. Upon returning to headquarters, this is so weird. Upon returning to headquarters, the information was entered into the report by Deputy Hughes, and Deputy Robertson contacted records to have mother and daughter entered as missing in mules. They were at the scene. They left the scene. Apparently I'm missing something here. Maybe something happened that I apparently did not realize. Seems like it, I guess. They were at the scene. They left the scene and said that the mother was missing without finding the body. I'm a little confused. I'd have to ask Fancy to like run that portion down for me, because apparently I'm not putting two and two together. Because so I guess the cops were out there the first time, didn't check the house, left, said there was a missing persons report, and then went back and then found the body. I'd have to ask her, because now I'm confused. I know he said she wasn't there, but at that point, cops should look. At that point, the cops should go in and look. Just take his word for it? Why didn't they go in and look? God damn it, I wish she was awake. I'm going to ask if she's awake. I know she was going to bed. Hold on. They were waiting for the warrant. Well, even then, why would you put out a bolo? They didn't even know if she was in the house. Why would you put out a bolo? Why would you say that they're missing without knowing if they're missing? And I'm not saying you guys aren't right. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to me. That's all. It just doesn't make sense. And it says that they left the scene. Why were they not waiting at the scene and waiting for it? I never paid attention to this whole I never really paid attention to this whole portion, because I was just like, eh. I never really paid attention to the whole, like, in the window, around the house, find the body. So this was after the posts. That was the whole point, that they said that they were worried about Facebook posts. They came over to look. So I'm a little confused, not gonna lie, because I don't act like I don't fucking know everything. I'm a little confused, not gonna lie. I'm sure she'll be able to whatever, but from what I'm reading there, that doesn't make any sense. So they went there, let him in, left, waited for a warrant, put out a bolo, and then found her. Which, I mean, that would make sense because of the fucking article that was in there that said that there was a missing mother and daughter, and that's obviously how that was made. But it just, like, it doesn't make sense to me in my brain, I guess. I don't know. No, we're having two different conversations, Amber, I think is the problem. Yeah, that's what I can't understand. It's probable cause. I don't understand why there would have to be a warrant. There's probable cause to go in and check. It's like a welfare check. I think that's why my brain is not comprehending anything right now, is because missing, possibly hurt people that you know have medical issues is enough probable cause for me. Even then, even if it's a welfare check, these people have medical issues. There's probable cause to make sure that they're not in there incapacitated. And it was after the post, which said, the bitch is dead or whatever. Again, probable cause to go in. So I don't know why anybody would be waiting for a warrant. Something ain't fucking right. I'll have to, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. I only paid attention to after the police got there. I never really paid attention to the whole from the post until the police because it didn't seem relevant. Guess I should have paid better attention. I guess I should have paid better attention. Because I know what I think, but I don't want to say what I think because I don't know if it's right. I can't just go off of what I think. Well, I mean, money talks, Jen, for sure. Money talks. So, yeah, she knows a lot more about that particular portion than I do. Like I said, I did not really pay attention. I knew that they came there. They checked out the house, and then there was police there. Like I never paid attention to like this portion in the middle. I paid attention to here and here, but I didn't pay attention to here. So. It just, I don't know. Something's not computing in my brain. So I don't want to say, no, this happened, that happened, because that I never really paid attention to. Especially if what in my brain and that they're not computing. So I don't want to just be like, oh no, this is what happened and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to ask because she knows that portion a hell of a lot better than I do. I didn't pay attention. Didn't really have a lot. To me, it didn't have relevance. Somebody came there for a welfare check. The police showed up. I figured the police stayed. Then the police found the body. This is saying that some of the police left, issued a fucking missing persons instead of going in and checking after weird Facebook messages saying that she's dead would say probable cause to me to go in, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I missed a portion in there, or maybe it is literally as fucked up as what is computing in my brain right now. I don't know. So I don't want to say the wrong thing there. So you're good. Yeah, they cleaned the house. They did. She explained to me why they did it, but I don't remember. Because we had a conversation about what was in the house, what she found in the house, what they were doing in the house. But I don't remember a lot of the conversation, to be honest. I know there was things that she said that she found there and this, that, and whatever. But I can't remember why she said they were the ones that did it. So I'm not just going to throw something out there because I truly don't remember. Whatever it was made sense at the time, so obviously I didn't question it. Hey. What the hell? Did that like get eaten? I just realized that. Did I not pin it? Not that it matters now, but I like to have it in the frickin', at least for the replays and shit. I don't know. I guess I didn't pin it when I did it. Well, no, they said that that they tried to get stuff up with cleaners and stuff. I don't know if they specifically said blue cleaning bottle, but I mean, they did talk about cleaning stuff up. They did say red. Yeah, she said wipes. Yeah. The fucking wipes. Yeah, I don't understand why the sisters didn't do it either. Like I said, it was explained to me, but I don't remember what the explanation was. It didn't seem like a whatever the explanation was, it made sense to me at the time. I just can't remember what the fuck the explanation was, to be honest. I know the different things she said that she found there. But could you breathe any louder, Miss Ma'am? Hey, snores a lot. Hey, hey, you're snoring entirely too loud, ma'am. Ma'am, hey, hey, I love you. Fix your eyeball. I love you. You sound like you're a freaking. Yeah, I mean, looking back, I mean, anything that anybody said to me, I believed. I didn't see where there was a reason to lie to me. You know what I mean? So like anything anybody told me, I just believed it because like, why lie? I guess that's where my brain goes is why lie. So I don't know. So I just, somebody said something and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, it's not even the fact of wanting to believe what's best in people. I guess when you're an honest person, you think everybody else is trying. You, what was there to gain for lying to me? Like there was no reason not to believe somebody. No, there's no. Mm-mm. He didn't go through a window. There's no way. Look at the crime scene. There's no way that you're going to tell me that that man's going to fit through that window. And then he's going to take all the time that he's supposed to be doing looking for, a body to put the soap and everything else back in front of the window. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry, but if I think that if there's a person in distress in a house, I'm not going to give a fuck about what I knock over. There's just a lot of things that just don't make a lot of sense. They just don't. No. 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 You don't belong in here. You don't belong in here. For some reason, the door got left open somehow. What do you want? What? Ouch. Ouch. Hi. No, ouch. What? Hey, you don't belong in here. You know this. You're supposed no, you're supposed to be out in the living room. You don't belong in here. You know that. What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? No, I don't need kisses. You don't belong in here. This is not your room. And those are not your arms to paw. You don't belong in here. Go, get out. Get out. Get out. You don't belong in here. You do not belong in here, ma'am. You know you don't. Look at you. You look guilty as hell. No, I don't care how nice you're. Don't lick my arm. Ouch! You have nails. Stop it. That hurts. Yeah, I mean, I try to, I like I said, what is the benefit of lying? That's I guess that's what I just can't wrap my head around. What is the point of lying? This is Riley. This is Sydney, the asshole sister. Riley, show them your face. And no, I don't want to. Show them your face. No. There's Riley's face. Yeah, she's not as awful as her sister. Her sister's the fucking nightmare. Riley, please stop licking me. I don't need you to lick me. I don't need you to lick me. You're not supposed to be in here. You don't belong in here. It's weird. It's weird, but apparently Ken isn't allowed to go on Morbid's panel anymore, I heard. Did anybody else hear that? Something about he's not supposed to be on Morbid's panel anymore, or he can't be on Morbid's panel anymore, or something. Ma'am, you're not going to paw me. Your nails hurt. You can either sit there like a good dog, or you can get down. You get down? All right, get down. No. 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 What do you mean Bree can't even go in it? What does that mean? From what I heard, they said Ken is from Gypsy's side, I guess. Ken isn't allowed to go into Morbid or something anymore. Amber, I get you. That's about where I'm at. Pepper, what do you need? Hi. Your nails hurt too. Can you guys stop doing that? She showed up in the chat but said she can't go up. Okay. So what, they're just like, nobody's allowed to now? Is that what it is? They're not allowed to? Pepper. 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 Made it sound like Gypsy said no. Be a cold day in hell. Anybody tells me what the fuck I can do, but who am I? People can't tell me nothing, Peppers. They can't tell me nothing. I do what I want to do. I'm grown. I'm grown. Right? Shout out to the Misfits. I still got my Misfit tattoo. We're going to have to call your daddy again. In just a couple minutes, going to call him. He's going to say, well, aren't you in here? And then I'm going to unleash the hounds. And I'm going to make them go get him. Yeah. When everyone called her on it, she played boohoo, poor me. Everyone is a bully to me. Oh, shocker. That's all that's ever happens. What do you want? I'm not going to pet you all damn night. I don't understand why just suddenly, like, they were going into Morbid and now they can't. Like, why? I don't go into Morbid, so I don't know what goes on there, but, like, they were going in there fine. Why aren't they now? Ma'am! Riley! Get out. Get out. You're about to get yourself in trouble. You're going to be grounded. You want to be grounded? You want to be grounded? I don't know how you ground a dog, but... The other night she cried about the dude, okay, I'm just going to throw this out here real fucking quick and then I'm fucking done with it. That shit has been going on for weeks. Read any fucking chat. Look at how she acts, what she does. This is not something new I pulled out of my ass. I heard it from other places. And no, I look, I'm not going to feel one lick of bad for somebody who literally went on a live for hours with my name in the title, a picture of me behind them, and said all sorts of horrible shit, and again brought my husband into it. So she can cry all she wants. I'm fine. How are you? I don't go on more, but I couldn't tell you. After I got fucking hijacked in there, I'm good. I don't need to go in there. Oh, he got in trouble. He got his internet taken away. I was talking about the other night. Haven't heard anything about today. Hey. Hello? It's 4:15. I'm on a live, so I can't come in there. All right. You don't forget you got to take a shower. Well, I'll get off here in just a second. You just start functioning. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. No. You're fine. That's fine. Bye-bye. He's weird. I appreciate you, Amber. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, MGA. I appreciate you, Amber. And as usual, if you want to be a member, you can click that little white link up there. Why are you in here? Did I not just tell your sister she wasn't allowed in here? What are you doing in here? And you thought just coming in here and giving me kisses, you'd sneak in here. I wouldn't realize you were in here. No, don't give me kisses. Don't give me kisses. Why are you in here? I don't know. I'm done. I'm done trying to be nice. I'm done trying to look out for and be worried for somebody who doesn't appreciate it. I'm done being talked about. I'm done with all of it. Because what I can tell you is this: am I going to have lives with people's names and the titles and pictures up? No. Am I going to offend myself? Yeah. And am I going to do it in a way that's probably going to hurt some feelings? Probably. Because I've been trying to be real nice about shit, and my give a damn's busted at this point. I have a lot of animals. The struggle is real, Amber. I know. That's why I did the $1.99 one, so that people could at least get access to the trauma lives. Because I get it, dude. I'm broke as a joke. I get it. I understand completely. For everybody that does join, I appreciate you greatly. And for the people who can't join but want to join, I appreciate you just as much. Yeah. I'm a very defensive player. I usually don't go popping off until somebody pops off at me. And I've kept it very nice. I've kept it very nice. I've talked about the fact that, I'm concerned for her, and I'm concerned that what happened to me is going to happen to her, and that I feel bad if it does. And you know what? Hope it does. Hope you fall on your ass. Hope you look like the fucking idiot you are. I'm done trying to feel bad for people. I'm done trying to look out for people. I'm done trying to give a fuck about people. Fuck them. Fuck her. Fuck all of them. I don't care. Why is there a fucking puppy pile underneath me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you guys doing? A lot of the things she gets pissed over is for the fact of literal, genuine concern. Well, they ain't never going to do it to me. They might. Not saying they will, but they might. They've done it to everybody fucking else. You are not special. You are not nothing. She's done it to people that she's known 10 times longer and was 10 times closer to. So yeah, it's a possibility. Is it a positivity? No. Is it a possibility? Yes. Yeah, I'm a very nice, giving person. Trust me. And for anybody that was in my live the other day, that happened to witness some fuckery that happened, I give 17 million fucking chances. I can tell you that, but I'm done a lot of chances at this point. I've not been mean yet. And for anybody who thinks that I've been mean, you ain't seen nothing yet. I've tried to keep everything as good as I can keep it. You ain't seen me. Excuse me, ma'am. Get out. Turn around. No. Are you so for real right now? Here's the thing, though, Jen. This is the problem I have. Here's the problem I have. Okay, so you say you aren't there bullying, but we see who is. And yet, you guys continue to watch the behavior. And if you don't speak up, silence is compliance. And not to mention, I will never understand for the life of me. I've never been able to understand this in 3 years of being on social media. I can tell you with everything in me, if I was following a creator who started talking about somebody that not even I just enjoyed, but somebody that I knew didn't deserve it, I'd stop watching that creator. So I'm having a real hard time understanding some of the people that come into my chat. Because if you come in here and you act like we're, acquaintances or friends or anything of the sort, while then going into a live that is bashing me for hours on end, I'd rather you not be here. Honestly, I'd rather you not be here. Because if you can't defend me in a room I'm not in, you don't need to be in the room that I'm in. Period. I don't care who I lose. I don't care what followers I lose when it comes to that point. If you are not going to stand up for me in a room I'm not in, you don't need to be in the room that I am in. Period. And I'm not talking about the people who lurk to watch the shit show. Look, I get it. Shit shows are fun to watch. I'm talking about the fact of names that I've seen in that chat that are not there for the shit show. And then want to come in here and act like everything's cool and fine. No, it's not cool and fine. I'm pretty boring in real life, to be honest. I'm pretty boring. I'm not very fun. I don't do, illegal activities, and I scroll on my phone. That's about it. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and there was one time I did it, and I may do it again. But honestly, at this point, if I go through the hours and fucking hours that my mod sent me, and I just pick a clip, and if I start seeing names that I recognize, I'm just blocking people at this point. Because I'm done. I don't need you to be nice to my face and not defend me when I'm not there. I wouldn't do that to somebody, and if somebody's going to do that to me, they're not my kind of people. I will gladly go down in followers because those aren't the followers I want. Don't cry, Amber. What part of get out do you not understand? Don't give me kisses. Get out. You're not supposed to be in here. You're not supposed to be. You know this. You don't belong in this room. You've eaten everything in this room. You've eaten 2 keyboards and no, a mouse and 2 keyboards. No, you're not supposed to be in here. You don't listen. You don't listen. And this is proof that you don't listen. You don't listen. Don't give me kisses. You don't know how to listen. Get out. Get out. Well, that's good, Amber. I'm glad. That's good. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's definitely creators on this side that do not get along. And there's reasons why we don't get along. But I don't logically understand how people are watching a pro gypsy person and anti gypsy people. Either you're for or against, in my mind. Okay, look, I have BPD, so like I'm very black and white thinking. To me, if you agree with gypsy, why are you here? And if you don't agree with gypsy, why are you there? And then there's people like, well, I like to get both versions. No, do you not know how to stand for something? If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. You don't have your own thoughts, your own views. Obviously, you have some type of an opinion. This isn't something that can be black and white. Either you back a murderer or you don't. I mean, it's not hard. It's really not hard. Exactly, Janie. Exactly. As for people on this side who don't get along, I can think of a multitude of reasons why people on this side do not get along. A lot of it is, if you haven't noticed, maybe you haven't noticed, maybe you have. Most of the people on this side are all alpha females. Think about it. Everybody who's not agreeing on this side, we're all alpha females. So we have to be alpha. And we're going to argue with anybody that tries to be alpha. And that's a lot of what the problem is. Okay, can somebody please explain this to me? Because I'm very confused. Jen, what do you mean? I've heard Sarah's name come up like, not even kidding, like 10 times in the past 3 days. Not even kidding. So can somebody please, and I'm asking this genuinely, can somebody please explain to me why her name keeps getting thrown around? There's a reason I'm asking. Because like literally, that is like the 10th time in 2 days I've seen this girl's name. Because literally, she's in my messenger telling me the opposite. So I'm more than a little confused because in the past 2 days, I have heard this girl's name umpteen times. And what I'm reading there and what I'm reading in my phone are not matching up. So I'm very confused. She came on your live on TikTok the other day and talked on a panel, and then went in her own live to disprove you and slander you for not knowing what you were talking about and how you victim shame. She literally bashes Dee Dee on all of her videos. You shed so much light on a lot of my questions along this crazy ride. I know when I come in here, I'll be getting the truth and my questions answered. I enjoy your lives. Thank you. Because I don't believe that Gypsy was abused. I don't. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I talked about something yesterday, and I have a video sitting in my drafts. I haven't put it out yet. But I'm going to tell you something. Once we found out that Dee Dee had endometrial cancer, okay, we have pictures of Dee Dee getting her head shaved, okay? Gypsy gives the story that her mom shaved her head for cancer. I have a picture of the both of them sitting together with shaved heads. Now, I know, because I've seen it, I've witnessed it, people who, when somebody has cancer, they shave their head. It's proven that Dee Dee had cancer. It is not proven that Gypsy had it. Now, why do they both have shaved heads when we know now that Dee Dee had cancer? Because I will tell you, what I firmly believe is that Gypsy took her mother's story and ran with it. I fully believe that because I have a picture of them together with shaved heads. Right about the time that she started with my mom made me shave my head to make it look like I had cancer. Pretty sure a woman who is battling cancer who just shaved her own head isn't going to do that. So Dee Dee wasn't shaving her head long before that. The picture that I have a picture of them literally shaving her head. Not at a Great Clips, in a medical-ish setting, residential medical-ish setting. Dee Dee had hers done because she was sick. If she just did it in solidarity with Gypsy, she would have got it done at a Great Clips. There's literally pictures of Dee Dee and Gypsy at a place that is known to help people with cancer that Dee Dee had, for a fact. I know people like this that take stories and make them into their own. I've watched it happen. That they would hear some sob story and say that it happened to them and it happened worse. They would take the story and then they would tweak it and make it worse than the person that they stole it from. And I fully believe that's what happened. I have the video sitting in my drafts. know. I have no idea.
Sure what he was going to do. When he walked across the camp, being ready for dancing, seemed ready for flight as well. Elias was certainly no more comfortable with their way of the lead than they were with him. His mouth wore a permanent twist when he was around the Tuacoan.
Well, when he gets up, he lets them out, and they're on a schedule, and they know that they're going to go out. So the minute that they see their dad, they know to start acting a fucking fool. I know she loved the attention. Just watch the Candace Starr videos of Dee Dee she did before the autopsy. It's eerie how similar they are. You do realize that they showed all those wounds in the trial, right? It's been out there for a while. The crime scene photos, all that, like they went over a significant portion of that. So no, she never got up at the doctor's because then the jig would be up and the free shit would be done. She knew the minute she stood up that there was no more trips to Disney. That's the reason she never stood up.
I have to make a huge purchase of pots soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're ready or whatever, we'll just get all the ones you like at Walmart. We'll just get you a bunch of your favorite flavors you like. That way we can just get them and not have to wait for shipping for fucking 2 weeks.
No, I'm not getting them at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
I just said I'm making a big purchase. I'm getting ready to go on that shave and use my mouth is dry. So
You did what?
water.
Oh.
My mouth is dry.
What book are you listening to?
The first book of the Real Time series.
It's getting better though. Just since I've been here, it's been getting better.
There's still a bunch of shit on the bottom of it.
Well, it'll be better soon. I mean, Tub's always a possibility. Can't say it's not. We're never going to know definitively either way. It's a possibility. Well, in 2011, she met Dan. And then she tried to get her with the BB gun. In 2015, she had Nick. And according to Nick, he said that she tried to do it 2 other times. Now, if you listen to some people, they say that she tried to do it with poison once, too. Please stop banging on there. Thank you. Some people have said she's tried to poison, too, but I also wonder if they're confusing that with the weed eater story from Dee Dee's stepmom. Because Dee Dee had tried to do the whole Roundup thing with her stepmother, supposedly. which, I mean, at this point, I don't know whoever tells the truth, what stories are accurate. You know, at this point, anybody could bring up any story they want. I mean, Jesus Christ, they ran with the whole they flushed the ashes story. People thought that she flushed the ashes forever, and they're not flushed. So she does plant stories, 1,000%. You know, and that's you know, people say that with Gypsy, it was kill or be killed, and she was so abused, and she says out of her own mouth she didn't even realize that the shit that was going on was abuse. Only when she was told later. So then, what was your reasoning in doing it then? Yeah, I don't trust most things I hear or see at this point. So we don't even know how much inheritance there was. I mean, I know that it's in a trust. Weirdly in Christy's name, not her dad's. Odd. But we don't know how much is in it. It's just that there was one. I mean, it could be a couple thousand, it could be 100,000, like nobody knows. I have a real good feeling of what the money is from and where it came from, but I'm not saying nothing on that quite yet. What I would love to know is this. Okay, that's another one of them people that I gotta just wonder just a little bit. I know who you guys are talking about, and I don't know if this girl's legit or not because I haven't paid attention enough to be able to say whether I've heard otherwise. But I want to know how this random person just happens to know exactly how much it is. That just seems odd. That seems like a really odd thing to just bring up in conversation while you're building a house. Oh, yeah, thank you for building this house that I'm supposed to get for being low income while I have $40,000 in a trust for my daughter. Odd. Especially because in order to have Habitat for Humanity, you're not supposed to have a very large savings. So that's a little weird. Really think nobody has asked Dee Dee's sisters what. She can't get the life insurance. You cannot get life insurance when you have caused the demise. There's clauses in that shit. Because she caused the demise, the life insurance would automatically become void. You can't just go around killing people and putting your name as the beneficiary. Do you know how many people would be killing people? She never got a life insurance. It does not say that there was a life insurance. It says there was an inheritance. Those are not the same thing. At one point, Fancy knew the sisters, talked to the sisters, etc. From what I understand, she doesn't anymore. What are you doing? Yodi, what are you doing? Are you being the Bren? Yodi Branny. So no, I got a lot of reservations about a lot of the people that have popped up out of nowhere recently. Like for instance, hey, quit. For instance, where's this person been the last 8 months that Gypsy's been out of jail? The last 8 months, where the fuck have they been? They've known this shit for what? How many years? 15, and just randomly, suddenly, now they're just now talking about it. That's weird. That's weird. An HOH. I don't know what an HOH is. I know what an HOA is. And some of them are HOAs, but that house was not in an HOA. I can tell you that. The house wouldn't be allowed to be pink if it was in an HOA. I think HOH is Habitat of Humanity. Habitat of Humanity, HOH. Well, Habitat for Humanity people, they do pay a house payment. You have to pay a house payment. You pay what it costs for the house. No, that's not what they were talking about. HOH. HOH is Habitat. Well, it's Habitat for Humanity. My bad. I've never heard HOH for my insurance for policy for homeowners. Well, the people who build the houses don't pay for the builders don't build for shit. They don't pay for shit. The people who end up buying the house buy the house. I mean, they have to make payments. They have to meet income requirements. They have to make the actual payments. They can't be late on payments. I was literally just looking up the um, requirements. But no, the people who help build it don't pay for shit. But I think a lot of times people get things confused when people are on live panels. I've literally heard people say one thing and no, no, that is not how it works. I know somebody who had one. No, I'm also fucking Silicon Valley like an idiot. Hello, how are you? No, that's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. That, okay.
About to get a little louder, but
Great.
just so I can hear it over the water.
I'm looking for something and it's like, I'm getting him ready for work. I have to take him to work. Yeah, they're volunteers, dude. They don't pay for stuff. They're volunteers. No, that's not even close to an HOA. That's completely different. Well, let's see. You don't need to have prior construction experience to help with a habitat build. Just come out with a positive attitude and willingness to learn. It provides the tools and supplies you will need for volunteering. Instruction is provided before you are asked to complete a task. A site supervisor will be on site. Speak up if you have questions and ask for help if you need it. Yeah. I don't, I had a couple people come into my messenger and be like, oh, you really should talk to this lady. She really sounds like she knows what she's talking about. I listened to a very small clip and disagreed, but that's just me. Here's the deal. Anybody can come along with any story. Any story. I could get on and be like, you know what? I used to clean houses for Jennifer Lopez, and I can tell you about this time. I was in there and she had this really expensive pair of shoes, and she was telling me about. You could do anything. You could do anything until somebody shows me a fucking receipt of anything anymore. I don't believe shit. That's where I'm at now. I've done believed people and done believed people, and it's bit me in my ass. So until this person shows some type of fucking receipt of anything, I ain't gonna believe her. I want to see where she's paid out of her pocket for these homes that I know for a fact the volunteers do not pay for. I want to see for a fact her paperwork showing that she actually does these things. And I want to see for a fact the year that it was involved. I want to see that she actually built that house. Till then, fuck it. She's like everybody else. Everybody is so fucking willing to just take anybody's word without any receipts. And then you act all confused when you get hosed. Like, exactly. So if she stood up screaming in the meetings, the jig would have been up. And again, doesn't that just mean another narrative? Gypsy's a horrible person. She was standing there screaming, talking about she wanted this house done. Exactly. From what he was saying, he was supposedly like straddling her, supposedly, which is exactly why wound 4, 10, and 11 can't be done with the left hand. If he's left-handed and he doesn't change hands, again, he could have changed hands. But if he didn't change hands, wound 4, 10, and 11 cannot be done with the left hand. He could change hands, and then it would all be fine. But wound 4, 10, and 11 can't be done with the left hand. Using the I straddled her, you can't. If he wasn't straddling her, which is what he said, then maybe. But if you are sitting like this, and this is her, right here, this is her head, and this is her body, and you are straddling her here, when you are doing this, you cannot turn your hand this direction for wounds 4, 10, and 11. It doesn't work. They could have been done if he was standing, or if he changed hands. If he changed hands, then yeah. Me, if that was me, if that was me, I'm left-handed. I would have done everything with my right hand, and I wouldn't even have thought about it. I wouldn't have changed hands because I'm left-handed, but I'm right-hand dominant. So for me, if this was me, I would be going to town with my right hand, and I wouldn't like get whatever, and then all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm going to use my left hand now. But that's me. He absolutely could have changed hands. He could have gotten up. It could have been before he straddled her. There's a whole list of reasons why it could still be him. It could absolutely still be him. But wounds 4, 10, and 11 cannot be done straddling somebody with a left hand. It can't. It literally cannot happen. Until freaking some forensic psychologist literally pulls out a 5'2", 255-pound silicone woman, finds somebody of Nick's exact stature, straddles her, and shows me that those wounds can be done. I don't believe it. When that happens, prove me wrong. That's fine. But until you can absolutely prove that can be done with a left hand while straddling somebody, yeah, didn't happen. Unless he changed hands. If he changed hands, absolutely. You could have done it by changing hands. Which some people may do. Maybe his arm got tired. I don't know. It's a lot of hard work taking the life of somebody, But the other weird thing that was in there is they were talking about the fact that there was a sharp to blunt wound track and a sharp to sharp wound track, which would then say there's two different weapons. There would have to be two different weapons, because if one is sharp to blunt and one is sharp to sharp, that would say that there's two different weapons. Even that, well, yeah, or he's not the only one. Regardless, there has to be two weapons. Unless they're doing it in a way that it would end up being sharp to blunt or sharp to sharp, that when they do the blunt side, they do something differently, then it could be the same weapon. But if a wound is going in sharp and coming out sharp, or a wound is going in sharp and coming out blunt, unless you're doing something weird and different to change the backtrack, it's two different weapons. It sounds like a fucking butter knife. It does. It literally sounds like it. But, that would be a blunt to blunt. There's a sharp to sharp, and a sharp to blunt. A butter knife would be blunt to blunt. And that's absolutely possible, Christy. That's absolutely possible. She talked about sinking it. Maybe she sunk hers, and maybe she sent his off. Absolutely. All I know is it sounds like there's two different weapons. Whether or not one person used two different weapons, I mean, that's weird. It could happen, but I doubt it. I got a huge issue with the bed. Gypsy's bed. There is sexual matter at 9 and 3 on her bed, which I already have explained how 9 and 3 can happen. However, her and Nick both talk about the fact he can't finish. So where did all of the secretions come from? Have an issue with that. Right, but in that knife pack, they were the same knife. This is talking about there being two different types of knives. You can, Kay, they could have had sex on the bed at 9 and 3 instead of 12 and 6. Do you think she used that room, or do you think she also had a shed outside set up as a room? So we talked about this a long time back in January. That room could absolutely have been set up as a play studio. As she admits, we put out in January before the damn book came out that she was a cam girl. And then the book comes out and she literally admits that she was being a cam girl. And that shed could absolutely have been a cam girl studio. There was a light, there was a bed, there was privacy. That shed could have absolutely been a cam girl studio. She was. Let's just we've said this before. There is a very specific niche that she would have met. She looked like a child. No, there was only one shed. Well, there was that shed. I'm not sure if there was like a shed that they actually used for utility purposes. I'd have to look into the crime scene photos of the outside to actually answer that with 100% accuracy. But we have the crime scene photos of the outside of the house, and I can't remember. For some reason, I want to say there could have been two, but there, because it's not been removed. It was never released. HBO found it. HBO had it, but it was never actually released. It's not the fact you can't find it. It's the fact it never was out there. But suddenly HBO had it. There was 3 sheds. I can't remember exactly how the property looked. I seem to remember there was a white one. I remember there being a white one, and then there was the one with the bed in it. Which, I mean, obviously that shed was some type of a cam studio. I mean, there was a light, there was a bed. Come the fuck on. The windows were pretty blacked out. There was a fan. That shed was used as a cam girl studio, probably to fit the niche of children. Let's just be real. It's not like she didn't have a bunch of Disney dresses and wigs. She could play the pretty 12-year-old princess. She put in her book that she would meet men online and send them pictures. Yeah, she put it right in her book that she would meet men online and send them pictures, which we put that out in January before that book even came out. That's been something that's been told for a long time that nobody would ever verify. But then it made it into the book, so she admitted to it. And when she put it in the book, that there had been lots of people that have said that for a long time, that she was sending pictures to men. Lots of them. Fancy has a whole theory about VisionCon.
Titties!
You are so weird. Oh, I'm gonna have to take him to work here in a minute. You gotta put those dishes away before you go to work.
That may end up being done when I get home.
Why? We have other shit to do when we get home.
I still have to condition my beard. I gotta go put my boots on first. Take care of my belt and dirty clothes.
She was doing something in there, for damn sure. I want to know where the mattress went. There is a bed set off and no mattress on it, which is weird. Why have a frame sitting there acting like an active bed and have no mattress on it? There was like a weird little like pad thing on it, but good night, Asher. Good night. I'm not leaving quite yet. He's not done. That soap he's got smells good though. Well, there is no her case. She took a plea deal. They had a base for a mattress to go there. You could have put a mattress on there. A lot of toddler bed bases are kind of like the bed in a box type ones where it doesn't have to have like a frame or whatever. That soap smells good. Is that your new soap?
I have blue stuck in my head.
I'm sorry.
And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around because he ain't got nobody to listen to this. I'm blue and I'm a diva. Yeah, that's what's going through my head right now.
Okay.
It was on my station that I was listening to yesterday. It came out like 3 times.
Hey. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just do your thing.
He's not a good singer. He's weird. He doesn't have glue in his hair.
Huh?
They think you said you have glue in your hair.
No, I have blue stuck in my head.
Blue in his head. The song Blue. Most of them weren't alive in the 90s.
Talk to your parents about it. They'll know.
Well, there's a whole theory. There was a whole bunch of different theories we used to throw around back in January. Ouch, I just ripped off a hangnail. There was a bunch of theories we used to throw around back in January. Some of them pretty wild. Not gonna lie, some of them are pretty wild. One of the weirder ones, which I still have a video up of, is the fact when Gypsy got out, there had been the post that she had either Nick wrote to her or she wrote to him, and it was the Beauty and the Beast one, and it basically alluded to her being Beast and him being Belle kind of deal. But the actual post was from a Littles community, a Littles BDSM community, and we pointed this out. And after 9 years, a day later, the day after we had the live, the post got reported and taken down. It was weird. Yes, it did, Kay. Got taken down the day after we said it. I still have the video. Day after we fucking said it, it went down after 9 years. I'm sorry, I don't believe in coincidences. I've never heard he wrote to her because they weren't allowed to correspond. Although, if you listen to the Jailhouse Snitches, she tried to pass notes to him. So they turned it into a memorial site. But what's weird is the third post was already gone, but the second comment that was under it, the one where it said she squealed so loud or whatever, it's gone. That also went away after she came out. The whole post stayed up, but the second comment, it's gone. And I didn't believe it till I went there, but it's gone. Because it was there before she got out. And then we went to go look at it. We were having a discussion on a live or whatever, and we went to look at it, and it's gone. Right about the time that the Beauty and the Beast one went away. So, and I know they were watching us. I know they were. She told me they were. Because they were trying to keep an eye on Fancy, and therefore they knew who I was. They were trying to keep their eye on her to see what type of batshit shit she was doing. So I know they were watching everything we did. Any theory why they took the comment down? The comment was reported for the nature of the post. But it had been up for 9 years. It had been up for 9 years. It had never been reported. It had stayed up. Literally, we talked about it. And literally the next day it was taken down. It was flagged. I have the video up. I had the video about it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Might take me a second. I wonder... Actually, hold on, give me 1 second. For some reason... I have a lot of stuff privated. What the fuck?
Quarter after 5. I should have been up half an hour ago.
We always leave about 5:15, 5:30. You don't even get up till 4:30. Huh? Okay, well, we'll do that real quick.
Where'd they go?
Where'd who go?
Fucking sunglasses attachments.
We just bought those.
Oh, there they are. They're in with my phone.
Yeah, the post stayed, but the yeah, that never made sense to me.
They never gave me my $5
Who did?
fucking.
They'll give it to you. They will give it to you. I promise you.
Where was this stated in the Facebook post? I've seen the first part of Mom being dead, but not that. This is a screen grab from that day.
Here it is right here.
That's what you saw. And this is what I'm talking about.
I just found this.
Slashed that fat and her daughter, sweet innocent daughter. Her scream was so loud.
That's gone. That one's gone. And that was there
Where was this stated in the
January 17th. So it was there January 17th. The one that I was talking about, though, real quick,
There's someone still on you.
I seen that. Give me 1 second. If we got to go, just give me 1 second.
That's no match. I thought I was taking myself. Oh, wait, no, you
I have
get
to. You have to go get
crickets
crickets. Yep.
Let me do what I gotta do out here first.
Okay.
Then we'll get going.
Okay.
Hey guys, I got an update for you, and it's pretty fucking weird. You guys know that we went on an entire thing today, and we were connecting Gypsy to the Littles community. For those of you that don't know, in the B blank blank M community, there's a thing called Littles, and I'll let you Google that. And you might think we're crazy, but wait 1 second. You guys know about the Beauty and the Beast picture that made the way about Nick saying that they were opposites and whatnot? Here, I'll show you. This post, remember? So there's a beauty and there's a beast, and he says down there about how they're opposites in that situation. Apparently she's the beast. Who knew? But you know what's really weird? It's talking about the Littles right there, the Littles. Now this is back in 2015, some shit, 2014, 2015. And it's talking about Littles right there. And you'd think, well, so what? What does it matter, right? I don't know. What does it matter? Because funnily enough, right after we started talking about that post, the picture itself is gone. It's been scrubbed. Weird, isn't it? Hey guys, I got an update.
That was in February. Oh, no, he's not patient with me at all. Trust me. He's not patient. She could learn. Somebody did, because that comment that I literally just showed you, it was up in January, and we went to look for it later, and it was gone. We looked on, like, multiple people looked. Like, we had a live, and like multiple people were looking. It's gone. It said that there was like 128 comments, and then all of a sudden it said there was 126. It was something like that. I can't give you the exact number, but it was something like that. It was fucking weird. And I was like, no, it's just there. Like, I literally just saw it, and then it was gone. I don't
All
know.
right, good.
All right, we ready?
I actually put my keys on the table yesterday.
Oh, they're right here. I put them on right here.
Okay.
Okay, time to go.
There we go.
I gotta go, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.